Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
I don't even know where to start, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, Matt. I just took my little one's pajamas off him. He was wearing his Liverpool pajamas to bed. I just took them off him. I can't send my little one to bed in no Liverpool pajamas. What sort of dad would I be doing that right now? What sort of dad would I be, bro? I can't put him in Liverpool pajamas. Social services would get called on me. Shout out to Jake Lambert, who's just become a YouTube member. I can't put him in no Liverpool pajamas. But shout out to James Redmond. I just did the live with James Redmond for the game, the watch along. But I came out of the room and he just walked up to me and hugged me. The boy is 1.5 years old and he can feel my pain. But he's 1.5 years old and he can feel my pain. What the hell is going on, bro? Mr. Pharmacist, Allison 8, Trent 4/5, Reese play Reese on Sunday, Matip 7, Fabinho 7, Robbo 7.5, Thiago 7, Genie, Ox, Shaq, Origi, Mane, Salah, Bobby, Minamino 6.5/7. Hashtag bottling it.
Yeah, we bought it.
First and foremost, guys, thanks for joining us on the stream. Please do smash the like button. It really helps us out on the channel. Me and James just had to sit through that stream, and then expressions came in about 10 minutes before Burnley scored, and then was singing for the whole stream after Burnley scored. I can't even say nothing back to him. What can I say back to him? How have we just lost our Anfield record to Brexit?
Well, first of all, you can ask him what he's doing in the Liverpool versus Burnley stream.
Well, having a laugh, bro. He's having a laugh at us, isn't it?
What,
why
the club the club who haven't won a trophy for 48 years? Yeah, that's really the biggest.
We can't banter no one right now, Jeff. We can't.
No, but I'm saying people who ain't won a trophy for 48 years can't banter us either. So it's just one of them things.
Bro, they can banter us right now with how poor we've been. Edward, title relinquished on my 40th birthday. We're in utter shambles. What are these crosses? We're devoid of ideas, energy, and I'm angry as hell. Forget top 4 if we don't buckle up. Bereft of attacking ideas and spark. A couple more super chats. Good evening, John, as always. Thank you very much for the super chat, John. Thank you to McSagan for your super chat as well. Musa LFC 21. All of our forwards missed at least one chance each. Ace and Industries, no scapegoating. Minamino had more fight than Trent. Jonathan Davies just whacked a tenner on us not finishing top 4. Easy money.
I don't know about Minamino having more fight than Trent. I don't know if you remember watching the same game, but Minamino done the best thing he done all season, and that was getting in the way of Mo Salah trying to score a goal.
They both got in each other's way.
No. Salah was running onto the ball.
Salah didn't call it. Call it.
No, I think he did. That's why Salah kind of done that whole thing afterwards. Because you want to know why though? Minamino, I don't know if there's just no cohesion there, bro. There's no cohesion. I'll be honest with you. I don't want people to use this game as an excuse to start piling on Divock Origi. Divock Origi missed a great opportunity. He did. And it was very, very unlucky. And he should have scored, yeah? But I'll be honest with you. When Origi was actually on the pitch, he had 2 shots on goal. They were hard shots. They weren't like, he tested Pope a little bit. They weren't like crazy shots. And he hit the crossbar. I think to be taken off the way he did, and we brought on Bobby Firmino, I'll be honest with you, it should have been the other way around if you're going to do that. You don't take off Origi, who looked like he was getting into the game. He missed, obviously, okay, it was a bad chance. He should have scored. But I don't want to hear the scapegoating tonight. I really don't. Because I know people are going to say, oh, if he scored, then the game would have been different, which is true. But at the same time, just look what happened when he was on the pitch compared to when he was off the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to set that out there straight as well. So
Armando can't be mad at Ali. He's bailed us out a lot.
I'm not mad at Ali. I'm not even mad.
26 shots, 6 on target. That sums up our standards. Trent thinks our team are playing in the air. Every kick was in the air. It's bread and butter for Burnley today.
But
low
can I tell
crosses.
you something?
Low crosses is basic knowledge.
No, but do you want to know something about the crossing? He's been told to do that, though.
No, but but Matt, as football, we've all played football. There comes a point where your instinct and your nous and your intelligence should take over, brother, and say,
some of the balls,
these high crosses ain't working because you've got all these men in the back line.
But do you want to know something? I hear that, but some of the balls actually were decent. It's like no one was in the box. Now, you could obviously say, why are you crossing the ball if no one's there, which is true. But at the same time, if you're putting in dangerous balls and your attackers don't look like they want nothing to do with it, what's he supposed to do? What is he honestly supposed to do? Now, real talk.
Not cross it in the air.
Bro. So when, bro, we say don't cross the ball. How many times?
No, I never said don't cross the ball. I said don't cross it in the air, bro.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? You see Kevin De Bruyne. When Kevin De Bruyne is in that inside right channel, does he not fizz a ball every single game, non-stop, regardless if it's Burnley or not? Do you want to know why he does that? Because he understands the strikers are aggressive and they want to get goals. Our strikers are gun shy right now. That's the difference. That's the difference. Real talk.
Adage, these players look lost. No one is taking responsibility. Klopp excuses have rubbed off on the team. I don't want to hear about refs. Kadir Hussein, we were awful, but Trent was absolutely shocking.
I didn't think he was shocking. I just think
Trent was shocking, man. Even his last pass at the end of the game, what was that, bro?
Towards the end of the game, but bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Trent put in some decent. Obviously, it got to a point where it's crossing, and Burnley just headering it out, yeah. But again, what's man supposed to do if there's nothing else to do, bro? He's obviously hitting and hoping at the same time. He is. Don't get twisted. But that's by our design. Bro, we've been playing like that for 3 years.
But he was awful today, bro.
But now we've just become unstuck with it. That's what people need to understand.
He was awful today, man. There's no excuses for him.
All right, if Trent was awful, what was Firmino? What was Mane? What was Salah? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
As well. They were all
right,
awful,
fair enough.
bro.
No, but I just feel like it's a scapegoat against Trent. I don't know, like
Trent. I can't even count how many times Trent had the balls to cross it in, and to me, there's no thought process behind the crosses. It's just I'm just going to cross the ball. There's no thought process of what area I'm putting the ball into. Am I trying to pick out a man? There's a difference between trying to pick out a man and put it into a dangerous area. If there was, then why didn't we create more from crosses?
Because at that point we should have changed. But obviously, do you want to know something?
The whole game he was doing.
Hear me out. You're going up wide, spamming balls from the wide areas, yeah? Do you want to know why you keep spamming? Because there's nothing else going through the middle. Tell me what was going through the middle, and then maybe you can change my mind. Tell me what was going through the middle.
No, nothing was coming from the middle.
So there you go. So what you're not hearing?
Hold on, Matt. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I never said we shouldn't cross the ball. You know, I said there's no point crossing the ball in the air when our strikers are all under 5'10", and Burnley's defenders are about 6'4".
Bro, all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, people in the chat. Was every ball from Trent in the air, or was he fizzing someone on the ground as well? Was he not trying to mix it up? But it was just.
Most of it in there.
All right, cool. Do you know what? All right, cool. The thing is, I thought he was trying to mix it up, but the only problem is that it didn't matter what he was doing. It wasn't working. There's a difference between like just I don't know, like just playing bad, whatever, whatever. Yeah, Trent was trying. He was at least trying. Yes, the balls you could arguably say were some of them where you think, wow, why would you play that? But at the same time, it's like raw. He's trying to play low crosses. He's trying to play high crosses. There's nothing going through the middle. No one was making any driving runs other than that one chance that Wijnaldum had where he drove through the midfield and he played the ball to Salah, and Salah should have scored as well. I get it. Trent's not being in great form. And I'm not trying to say he had a good game either. But I don't think we should just start saying, right, man's awful. Unless we say the whole team's awful. If we say the whole team's awful, then cool. It can't be just one man's awful and then we're going to go and talk about the next man and go, nah, he was all right, you know. But it is what it is.
A spec. I said it last stream. We need to surrender more possession and play on the counter like every team does against us. These low blocks are killing us. Shout out to Teke MBA. Read a couple more super chats and then speak a bit more about the game.
I'm loving the comments today, boy. People are hurt. People are chatting nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
James Ward spot on Callum. Second half, we ignored Mane and Robbo. I said that on James's stream. I said it. I was like, everything was just going down Trent's side is predictable. Way too predictable. Way too predictable.
But why was that? Because that fullback was actually easier to get by than the other side.
I don't think it was.
I'm not trying to say we should have mixed it. I'm not trying to say we should have mixed it up because Robbo is just as good as crossing as Trent. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Here's what it is. People don't have to agree with me.
Take NBA. Matt watched the game again. Trent had me tossing bottles and pillows. Takes 10 touches before crossing. Sorry, before passing.
Right, we're actually going to use Trent as a scapegoat tonight for a man that's actually trying. Yes, the balls weren't great.
Scapegoat,
but I didn't see no one else.
He's not scapegoating.
Name me someone else that kept trying till the end, even though the balls weren't the greatest. The balls coming into the box.
Everyone was trying to the end, Matt.
Really? Were they?
Yes, Matt. They were. He wasn't trying to the end. He wasn't.
Okay. I'm talking about giving it your all. Talking about giving it your all.
Then, Matt? So who wasn't there, Matt? Called names.
Bobby Firmino.
Bobby wasn't giving it his all.
I didn't think he was, bro. Do you want to know something? Should I tell you in what sense? There were times Bobby Firmino had the ball and it looked like he kind of at certain points didn't know what to do with it. And do you want to know why? To me, when he kind of looked off the pace, that's why when I was shocked when he came on. When Bobby Firmino even had that chance towards the end, I was like, Lord have mercy. Why didn't it fall to somebody else? And that's no disrespect, but I wish it fell to Mane. I really did. Because remember, I did say Mane would be the one to get us through this, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is.
Scotty LFC, Matt, what game was you watching today? Ashok Shah, 3 first team players. I think it was
Liverpool versus Burnley, I think.
In 5 windows, injured, 2 injured. Matt, I'll be honest, I think everyone was trying to the end, but the quality wasn't there. I think there's a difference between not trying and just being rubbish. I think everyone tried today, but I think
of course we were rubbish, bro. Obviously, we're rubbish. What it is, I just don't like people to say, all right, see this person here, yeah? Shut the F up. All right, bro, I'm going to be real. Say one more thing again, you're getting blocked straight. It's about opinions, isn't it? If you don't like what I'm saying, then just say, Matt, I don't agree. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't need to be rude. Am I being rude to you lot in the chat? Or am I saying everyone has a different opinion? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'll say it one more time. Say one more thing again, you get locked. But anyway, go ahead, Carl.
No, everyone was trying. It's just players were rubbish. Some were more rubbish than others.
Was rubbish today.
Pretty much rubbish today.
The only thing I didn't like is when, like, if you look down the chat, sorry, what name comes up the most? Is it me or am I just seeing Trent? That's what I don't like.
No, I've seen Trent.
What name do you see the most? What name? No, Callum. Before we come into the chat, I saw Trent's name being popped up. I'm telling you. When I came to the chat, I've seen Bobby's name being mentioned. I've seen Salah's name being mentioned. I've seen Origi's name being mentioned. Nah, Trent.
I've seen many names being mentioned, bro.
No, names have been mentioned, but Trent's name has been brought up a lot. And I just think, do you know what? We lost as a team today. Let's not dig at individuals. All right, cool. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
What are we saying, Drift?
I ain't gonna say a word for the rest of the show. All right, certain men are getting blocked. People that are being disrespectful.
What you got to say, Drift?
Let me see what people I can find here.
In our last video, the preview, I said that tonight at 10 o'clock will be the time the title challenge ends. And I want to retract that statement. After seeing what our next 6 fixtures are, today's the day top 4 ends. We're a Europa League side by the end of the season.
Martin, I'm sorry to say this, but Uncle Jifty was right. Origi should have put the ball in the back of the net. What am I going to say to my kids tomorrow morning? I can't say nothing to Stevie tonight. I've even taken the air out of his Liverpool football. He's not playing with that tonight. I'm not putting him through that tonight. I've taken the air out of the ball and I'm letting him play with the other football he's got. I mean, I predicted a 0-0 draw for this game, and not because I wanted that to happen, not because I didn't think Liverpool could win this game. It's just you look at form, you look at what's in the team, nothing's changing. And 0-0 was it's a predictable scoreline. And we almost got a 0-0 until we gave away a penalty. And again, I can't even blame Alisson for the penalties. Miscommunication. If you're going to blame Alisson, you've got to blame Fabinho as well, because Fabinho could have taken charge of that situation as well. At the end of the day, we shouldn't even have been in a position where Burnley was still in the game. And again, I don't want people to think I'm scapegoating him by saying this. Origi's got to put that chance away. He has to. He has to. But at the same time, us not winning the game is not Origi's fault either. Not Origi's fault.
I'm not going to speak on Origi because it would just we'll start arguing. So,
I said what I had to say about Origi. That's why I said it.
No, I agree.
Said what I said.
I agree.
I said what I said about Origi.
Before everybody thinks that I'm being biased, he should have scored that. 100%.
Yeah. He should have. Of course he should have. Of course. But again, no scapegoating. But I saw it already, bro. When man come into the chat, I saw Origi and Trent's name.
What I will say on the Origi thing, because I probably won't get to talk about Origi for about another 8 months. So I might as well just say one last thing on him before I never see him again. What you saw right there was a player who was through on goal and knew the pressure was on him because he's got more weight of the world on him than normal. No. Let me finish, because when you get your first start in, I think they said that was his first start in 18 games. Yeah. You should finish, and he's better than that, and he should have finished it. But I still believe, as I said before, when it comes to anything that's going on with Minamino, Origi, Shaqiri, Oxlade-Chamberlain, there's a few people. I'm not just saying Origi. I feel like those players are always playing within themselves because they know that Klopp has favourites. They don't get much game time, and they're extra scrutinised. And when they're thrown into games, they're not allowed to have the same kind of allowances that other players do. Okay, I get it. Other players have got time in the bank, but I'm just saying, when you see Shaqiri get back-to-back games, you're shocked, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad Shaqiri got back-to-back games. I don't remember the last time that happened. Minamino had that great performance against Palace. His only good game for Liverpool. I think that's the first time I've seen him since. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the first time I've seen Minamino since Crystal Palace?
No, he has come on, I think, since. But
so the only point I'm making is that those players who know they sit in that bracket play with pressure that other players don't play with. And I personally, I know no one else does, but I take that into consideration when I see things like that. You see, today, I totally understand wanting to get Moen, yeah? I do. I totally understand you wanting to get Moen. He's bang out of form and he's been shocking for a month. But I understand you wanting to get him on when you're chasing the goal. But for me, I don't think Oxlade-Chamberlain deserved to come off. I think at least he was running with the ball. Even if he wasn't creating amazing chances and he wasn't playing brilliantly, he was doing something different to what the original 11 who play every week have been doing. I like having at least something different on the pitch. So for me, I was disappointed that obviously, I was disappointed Origi came off, but I was even disappointed that Ox came off, because I was thinking to myself, he's at least doing a couple of dribbles and driving with the ball a little bit, and there's a capability. No, let me finish. There's a capability for the ball to drop on the edge of the box, even completely out of form, and Ox to be able to hit a shot that might sail into the top corner, even if it's a miss hit. But there's a capability of doing that. Resorting back to type and resorting back to the same team, which is pretty much what Klopp did. He changed the team. He went with a different team. Credit to him, because he realised he kind of had to. But then after 50 minutes, panicked, completely pussied out, and then brought on the old school people who have been playing dog shit every week for God knows how long, and they did nothing. So for me, what is the harm in just letting them other men stay on the pitch for longer and try a thing? For me, personally, I actually am putting more blame on Klopp than anything for this run now. And we'll get to that later. But back to the original point, yes, Origi should score that, 100%. But you know what? As I said, there's extra... even the fact he took it early, for me, who knows Origi better than most, because I actually like Origi and watch him, Origi's not a take it early player. That is him overthinking everything. He's in his feelings too much. And I tell you one thing now, I'll also say to defend him, a good point that Matt made. He had a couple of very good, obviously they didn't go in, but a very good attempt from distance, at least trying to let the keeper know he's in the game. Let the defenders know they can't, like, do you know what I mean, have an easy death today. Like, if you give me space, I will take some shots. He was driving up the defense,
bro.
There was a shot that he had in the first half where he took on about 2 or 3 players and beat them. And yeah, his shot didn't beat the keeper, but you know what? He showed, you know what? I'm actually capable of doing a little something if you give me space, because I can have the shot. Twice. But you also can't close me down, because I can just take the ball past you, as he did as well. So he had the defenders thinking. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what? Firmino wouldn't have even gotten the end of that mistake to get that one-on-one chance. So I'm even going to give Origi credit that he second guessed, was anticipating, and was able to close down and make the chance available to himself. Firmino wouldn't have made that opportunity for himself. He wouldn't even have been in the position to get in there and be one-on-one like that. So you know what? Origi on the pitch is still a threat. And you lot can have a go at Origi all you want. I've already claimed my Origi.
No, for me, he proved he's a threat, bro. You don't even listen.
But sorry, Matt. But this isn't an Origi agenda, yeah. This is about having an actual natural striker on the pitch now. I'll be saying this about anybody in our team who's a natural striker. It's just a shame Origi's the only one who's a natural striker in our team. When Firmino came on, for Origi, and I'm not even. What am I talking about? When Robert, came on, I'm gonna start calling him Kel soon. I swear down. That's how much he's getting on my nerves. When Robert came on, explain to me how that in any way, shape or form is any better than having Divock on, who to that point was at least having the defenders second guessing and having to know they're in a match. As soon as Robert came on, the defenders relaxed and thought, we haven't really got to do much anymore. Like, nobody's going to do anything to us now. What's this brother going to do? What is he just going to start doing these little dumb backflips and all this stuff? And you see that chance that he missed? I don't even want to dig out Robert, but for me, that's just as bad as Origi's chance. What the hell was that miss that Robert did when the ball got packed? Was it Mane or Robertson that cut that ball back? God knows what he was thinking when it nearly went up for a
It was Robertson. Robertson actually played it across goal. Firmino side-footed it, and it went off the pitch, bro.
And here, this is the last thing I'm going to say on the Origi thing, because I don't want to talk about it anymore. When you lot kept on saying that I'm scapegoating when I'm defending him or whatever and talking about other things, when you get pulled in the 52nd minute in your first start all season, first game for like 18 games, and you get pulled after 50 minutes for a man who hasn't been performing all season, and you not telling me I ain't got a point, that this brother's head's just not in it. He's thinking, what is the point? What is the point in me trying? What's the point of me doing anything? What's the point of me being there when nobody's ever going to give me a chance to even try a thing?
Let me read out Stephen's chat.
Yeah.
Cedric LFC, front three as usual. Front threes are usually 3 years max. It's time to refresh. Salah and Firmino decline is so obviously Origi is done drift. SG, it was like watching the same game since West Brom. I'm going to unpack some of what you said, Drew, in a sec once I get through these super chats.
You don't even have to unpack it. You can leave it in the glad wrap, bro. Cool.
No, I got to unpack it. Our decline is actually monumental, too predictable. Why, John? I've never known champions to have so much dead weight in this team. The dead weight proved why they're dead weight tonight. Big man thing. Got to say, we got Stro waiting in the background. I'm going to bring in Stro as well. James Redmond's going to join us in the stream as well. Chazzy, I think the rebuild needs to start. Our team is looking hella stale. Serious issues need to be addressed. Centre-back depth, goal-scoring midfield, and a proper striker.
Yeah, we need a striker. I can't even front. We've been saying it for a while now. We've done videos about it. We need a striker from
Kadir Hussein. We were awful, but Trent was absolutely shocking. Sorry about this, guys. A few more to get through. Adaj, playing Jota in a dead rubber has cost us. through again. Jeff, I just want to unpack some of what you said.
Go ahead.
You'll like this one, Matt. Roberto McGoldrick. I'm gonna be honest with you, Drew. I agree with some of what you said. The whole making up an excuse for Origi not scoring, bro. I can't agree with that. I mean, he's got to bury that. Whether he ain't played or not, he's got to bury that.
I said he's got to score that, but me personally, I know that he's in his head right now. And sometimes that can put you off as a striker. So it's not an excuse. And you lot can brush him for missing it because he should have scored it. I just personally know, as someone who's not judging him as harshly as everyone else, that he's thinking in his head, if I miss this, I might not even come out in the second half. And look what happened. I know that that's how he's thinking during the game. He's not allowed to ever relax in a game. And I said the same thing about Minamino. Say the same thing about Oxlade-Chamberlain. There's a few players in our team, they're never allowed to play their game naturally. They're not allowed to just be on a pitch and be like, okay, I've got the faith of the manager today. Let me try a thing. Because they know they're not even going to finish the game. They actually know I won't even finish this game. Never mind, will I play again next week? And I've been a footballer. I've played, yeah. I know what it feels like when you know your manager don't give a shit about you, or when your manager's like making excuses to not play you, and he comes over to you and he pats you on the back. He's like, I'm going to start you today, bro. I'm going to start you today. Big game. You got to prove yourself. And then at half time, he's like, yeah, I'm going to bring on the other guy. And you're like, that's not giving me a chance to prove myself. I know what that feels like as someone who's played the game, yeah, and seen favourites. I played in a team where the manager, his son was a striker. And I always knew that just because he's daddy's boy, if I don't do everything perfectly, he's going to play to you. I know what that feels like. So I'm just saying, Minamino, Ox, Origi, these men are playing with a level of pressure that I think is unfair based on knowing that they're not getting the same opportunities as other people. But these other people like Firmino, like Salah, like Mane, at the moment, all three of them, absolute dog shite. Trent has been terrible for ages. All these players in our team that ain't performing, they still play next week. And you know what? It's time to stop doing that. They got money in the bank, because as much as we know they got money in the bank, it's a top 4 team now. Probably not even that. Never mind title. So you know what? If you're off form, give someone a chance. Give some Ox and Origi should have finished today's game. Whether you think they played well or not, they should have finished today's game.
Origi, not Ox. Origi, not Ox.
Origi should have definitely finished.
Yeah, I don't know about Ox was poor. And just quickly, just last thing about the Trent thing. You're right. Trent has been playing poor, yeah? One thing I just didn't like, though, today is that it's the scapegoating. Like, I'm seeing stats of, like, 22 crosses, 1 successful. Yes, Trent has been poor. Are we forgetting Trent also had an injury? Maybe the injury is affecting him more than we think as well. Are we also forgetting as well, he is a young player and he's going to go through bad patches of form? And are we also forgetting who our understudy is? You rather Nico Williams, yeah? All right, cool. And I'm not saying Nico Williams is bad, but I'm thinking that's the reason why Klopp is picking him. That's the reason why Klopp is saying, I'm sticking to these certain players, like what you're saying, my certain favourites, because I'm looking at the bench and thinking, I don't want none of them. That's the honest truth.
ATM 951. We couldn't score in a brothel on Black Friday with a free coupon. We need Jota back.
We need Jota back ASAP, bro.
Chazzy, I think the rebuild needs to start. Our team look at Hellestale. Serious issues need to be. Oh, we've done that one already. Sorry, Stro. I'm going to come to you in a sec, bro.
Hellestale.
Forget top signings if we don't get top 4. That's another thing to consider. All this talk about Mbappe 2021. Forget about it if we don't get top 4. Ace and Industry selling Brewster without getting another striker. Joke. Done that one already. Done that one as well. All right. Again, I get what you're saying about Trent, Matt, but should it not be a case of if you're not playing well enough, you don't play? Like, you've got to play someone else. You've got to go with the understudy.
No, bro. Do you know what it's not that I'm saying not to do that, but I reckon Klopp is genuinely looking and going, do I think Nico can do better than Trent? And that's no disrespect to Nico, but I've said this from day. There's a reason why when Klopp, even from last season, played certain players, because he's looking at his bench thinking, I don't really trust these lot. Right? Drift has the point about Origi, and I agree with him on that when it comes to things like, Firmino's going for a barren spell, but we're still not going to play Origi, though. It's like, well, why aren't you going to give back? Because you don't trust him. It's that simple. If the manager's picking the same 11 over and over again, obviously barring today, it's because he's looking at his bench thinking, yeah, these subs ain't really working for me, And that's it. It's that simple.
At what point?
Sorry,
Because I know we're going to bring this.
Sorry, really quick.
Go.
Anil, apparently Liverpool haven't scored in training. Asian Industries, Nico was finding form before he got benched by Trent.
Yeah, finding
Stro,
form.
I'm going to come to you because you've been sitting there for a while. James, I'm going to come to you in a sec as well, bro. Stro, your thoughts, bro. Your thoughts. And welcome to the show, by the way.
I said finding form.
Just echoing what you man have said. I agree with Drift with regards to I do think that Origi probably should have finished the game. He offers us something different which we've not got, which is the threatening behind. Whenever Firmino comes on, he's coming deeper to receive the ball. So as a back line, naturally you're just going to push up further down the line. Whereas with Origi, he was starting to pin him back, and then the likes of Shaqiri was getting space to operate in. Thiago was getting a lot more space in. The second half, it just became compact, and we just became, for the first time in a long time, recently, we just look so obvious with everything that we're doing. Like, everything is coming from a mile away, and you can see it. It's just, we're just not good enough lately, and this is probably the worst spell I've seen under Klopp. And worrying thing is, yeah, we're 6 points behind United. Do I think United are going to win the league? Absolutely not. But it's starting to lose track on City, because they look like they could run, especially after the way they scored their winner yesterday, and that Bernardo Silva goal. It just seems like everything's with them at the minute. But like we said, Everton have got 2 games in hand on us, and they're 2 points behind. We could drop to 6th. Like, it's that real. In a season like this, we can't afford to be dropping points like this. And yeah, it's just not good enough. We were just shocking all over the pitch. Just so poor.
Agree. Joe K, we've lost the ability to win games when it's tight or when we're not playing well. We had that in abundance last year / the year before. Now it's non-existent.
Agreed.
Hammers Redmond, your thoughts, bro?
Stop talking about title races and all this nonsense. Stop it. We're not in a title race. We're not in it right now. And what tells you, boys, if anyone thinks that we are still in the title race, what tells you in that team that we can maintain over a competition, that we can stay up there with all the teams this season? I know that teams are dropping points left, right, and centre, but that's the only thing that we're hanging on to. Other than that, we're dreadful. And I'll be very careful because I'm on another channel, but mate, we are dreadful. Honestly, it's quite... Like, I knew it weren't going to be at the levels over, the 98-point season, the 97-point season. Like, I knew it weren't going to, stay at that, but I didn't know we were going to fall this quickly, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a demise in terms of, is this team overcooked slightly, for the lack of a better term, is it kind of done? Is it past its best? I don't want to go with that because it weren't that long ago that they were so good, but I don't know what it is. We can talk about not shooting quick enough, but I think it was Stro who said it was just way too obvious. And, if you want to start making Michael Owen look like a genius by, not scoring goals, and that's the only way you can actually win games, then, yeah, we're in trouble, boys. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Look, if we keep playing against low blocks, no need for a false 9. We need someone to harass centre-backs. Firmino coming deep is a dream for the opposition. It is. Not to dig anyone out in the chat, but what I will say before I respond to this is, if I've missed any super chats, apologies. It is going really fast through the chat at the moment. We've got over 2,500 of you in the chat. So massive thank you for that. Smash the like button, please. And I'm not missing the chats on purpose. Johnny Williams, you keep on digging me out. If you haven't got anything else better to do, then by all means, feel free to go. You don't need to stay here. You're not being forced to.
I'll just block him. It's calm.
No, you don't block him. There's no point. But just honestly, if you feel as though you don't want to be here, there's absolutely nothing stopping you. But what I will say is, please don't be disrespectful to any of us on the stream, and don't be disrespectful to anyone else who's in the chat. Don't mind you guys having a difference of opinion, but just know, just think of it like this. Would I say this to a stranger's face? No, you probably wouldn't. So don't say it on the stream.
Would you shite? Stop being silly, people.
Exactly. Someone's saying, listen to these idiots. What I will ask for you to do is tell us why what we're saying is idiotic. What have we said in
No,
these streams?
Callum, can I intercept?
Yeah, go.
My mate, if that's okay. I'm not being funny or nothing, right? There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting your club to do well and maintain the levels that we have been maintaining over the past few seasons. So the fact that we came on this stream, whether it's too negative for you or not, welcome to Football YouTube. We're here to give our opinion and display to what we think about the game and what we think about football going forward. Right now, what have we been given? And I present this question to the chat of the jury. What have we been given from our team that displays that we're going to be able to go on and win that league? I said this to you before, boys. But to anyone calling me an idiot, I bet I can give you more reasons right now to why we're not going to go and win the league. And believe me, I'm a very optimistic fan. You will not see a video in the past 2 or 3 years of me slating the club in one way. Why? Because I've had no reason to. Now I'm being given reasons to, not just in the team itself. The higher-ups deserve it. Jurgen Klopp's not getting back this transfer window. So there's many things that go into it. But me saying that we're not in a title race or whatever the boys have been saying as well, I've only just came in. But you cannot call it idiotic. And like what Callum said, I would appreciate it if you could give a point to why we are idiotic in what you say.
That's probably just a Manchester United fan or some shit, isn't it?
Maybe.
People just love to troll, innit? They love trolling, man.
Just ignore the trolls, man.
But you know what it is, though? It might not even... Do you know what, Drift? It might be a United fan, but there's also Liverpool fans who have still kind of got their heads up their own asses in a sense that they feel like we're still...
Yeah, I know.
And we might, but... we're coming on here and we're talking about what we feel about the game, and if you're going to call us an idiot,
speaking of truth, bro.
I know more than anyone what that feels like, James. Trust me, because people don't want to hear it.
Don't worry, Drift. I hear you, my mate. I hear you.
People don't want to hear it. I even had Matt and Callum looking at me sideways when I said we wouldn't win this game, and
No, Drift. Let's clear this up.
No, Callum said draw. He said draw. You said draw. I said win.
I said draw.
What I was saying to you yesterday, Drift, is we can't just say it's definitely over. Yesterday I said it's not definitely over because things can turn around. That's all I was saying yesterday. I didn't predict us to win.
I thought they would turn around, but I was clearly.
Yesterday I even said there's still a possibility to win the league. Of course, even this situation we're in now, there's still a possibility.
Drift. Don't even say that. I'll be honest.
No. But I want to say, how do you feel today? Because I keep on being the one who everyone comes at when I'm just being real about the situation. How do you feel today?
No, I'm gonna be real. Going from yesterday, thinking that we'd win this game, and then in the manner in which we lost, if I'm being generally honest, as James said, as Hammer said, my apologies, Hammer. There's no way we are winning this title right now, unless something crazy happens. I know De Bruyne got injured for Man City, if I'm not mistaken, but it has to be more than that. It's got to be more injuries. Saying that, Aguero, I think, maybe out. But Man United would have to pick up bare injuries. Leicester would have to get bare injuries. Yeah, bare stuff would have to happen for us to win the league. And not even that. We have to find form. It's not even about other teams because we can't even... You see how we're talking about defence here? We're talking about raw. We need to get a defender, which is still true. Still need a defender because Fabinho should be playing there. But we can't even score goals,
Hey, Callum, can you just do me a favour in the background, please, brother? Bruh. Can you just quickly go and get the next 6 games so we can actually remember exactly what they are? Just please, just do it for me, brother, please. Because I want to get James and Stro's opinion on 5th or 6th. For me personally, if you told me to say where we're going to finish now, based on the form we're in, I'll say 5th. Because I think we'll drop so many points in the next 6 games. Even if we pick up form, it's not going to be enough to catch up with the others. Can you just bring it up for me, please? I heard Tottenham, City, Everton. I heard a bag of teams in our next 6 games. I don't even want to think about playing.
Leicester's
Leicester, Tottenham, City, and Everton in our next 6 games. I don't even want to think about those games now.
I can tell you the next few games because we've got it right in front of me. Man United on Sunday in the FA Cup, but then the league is Tottenham, West Ham, who've been in great form, Brighton at Anfield, Man City, Leicester, then the Champions League game, then the derby, and it's like...
we're in trouble. We're in a bit of trouble. I can't be front. We're in trouble still. Man's all clinging on to, hoping Jota's going to come back tomorrow. That's never going to happen. Man's clinging on to things like that. Things that are unrealistic.
Can I just address one more thing as well before we move on? Because I was reading through the comments afterwards and I realised that some people actually don't hear what you actually say. They make up what they want. So apparently now people think I'm saying Klopp should be sacked. Again, I have no idea how. I don't understand how people can hear something and it registers what they want to hear. So again, I repeat what I said before. Liverpool's form right now, if it was a manager that didn't have any credibility, it will be the type of form where people will be questioning his credentials as a manager. At Burnley game today, does anybody still not see where I'm coming from? If this is Lampard, Arteta, Brendan Rodgers, any of those type of managers, if they're in charge of Liverpool right now, our form will be having their credentials to be our manager questioned. So, of course, I'm not Klopp out. I will never be Klopp out, ever. But you know something? We have to take a long, hard look at our manager, boys. He ain't above criticism. This form is shocking.
Facts.
No, you're right.
Shocking form.
Yeah, of course it is.
What is it? 2 losses and 3 draws in our last 5 games.
Bro, we haven't scored a goal in 4 games.
That is shocking form, games, guys.
4 in a row. Zaberi, James, I feel like you talk about Cal still. Please help Drifty tonight. Sorry, Zaberi, I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Stro, I'm going to come to you now. What did you think about us defensively today? And then we'll talk about the rest of the team going forward. Defensively, how do you think we played?
Burnley had a game plan which was clear, which was they were going to stand on the last man. They were going to try and, although they've not got the bags of pace, they were going to try and utilise Wood's physicality, Barnes' physicality, and they were going to try and play on the last man. Now, my issue is people talk about the defence. If you look at the stats since Van Dijk and Gomez got injured defensively, we've not even been that bad. It's the whole having to move Fabinho into centre-back, which then disjoints the complete midfield. Henderson having to play there at times, which is an embarrassment for a team like Liverpool, by the way. We all know what we need to do defensively is go and get a centre-back. You do not let Dejan Lovren go, regardless how good of a servant he's been, regardless if the offer's on the table or not, unless we've got a replacement to come in. Yes, Fabinho's been fantastic this season. Yes, he's arguably been one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. But once you take him out of that midfield, we lose something which we have lacked. And tonight, Manchester United game proved it. The past 7 or 8 games has proved it. Teams are starting to play out from us, which they didn't do last season because we had Fabinho, we had Henderson, we had Wijnaldum, and we were just squeezing the game. We were making it terrible for teams. They couldn't get out, they couldn't play out because we were just squeezing up the pitch and we were literally camping in their half. And that's when the likes of Salah came alive because of the little half chances and the little free balls because teams were just getting knackered. We've not got that now. Defensively today, though, I know it's hindsight, it's a lucrative thing, but it's like, just bring Barnes down, just drag him down. As soon as the ball went over, it never looked like it was going to carry through to Alisson once. I know it's a split second decision, but like it was a stupid booking in the first half, and I genuinely think that if Barnes goes through and Fabinho was a butt, he'd probably try bringing him down. But just all over the pitch, we looked poor in every aspect. Not just defensively, midfield was just awful. The slow passing. I mean, some of our passing tonight is just atrocious. But yeah, defensively, we were a bit all over the place. Trent had another bad game, but he's young. You're going to get them kind of games out of him. The rest of them didn't really smell themselves in roses. So yeah, just a poor night.
Agreed.
Did you not hear Klopp before the game say that he would have actually played Henderson if he hadn't picked up that knock, even though Matic was fit? So that means that Klopp at the moment is actually seeing Hendo as Fabinho as the starting lineup.
Yeah.
No, but you sure he didn't mean? You sure he didn't mean I would have?
No,
played
Matt,
him.
he meant it. He said if Henderson didn't pick up the knock, he would have played Henderson again, and it would have been the same.
Is that what he said? He said those words.
Yep.
Right, then I'll be honest.
And he said it before the game. He didn't even say after the game. He said it before the game.
I'll be honest with you, man. If Klopp is thinking about playing Henderson centre back and Matip was there, even though he didn't want to risk Matip, that we got to address that, you know. Now we got to address that.
So what's Nat Phillips? What's Nat Phillips and Reece?
The club need to get him a centre back, though, you know, boys.
Yeah, bro, I'm going to speak about FSG in a sec. In fact, I'm going to do it after this super chat. Gagan Deep, this is an absolute shambles. Trent should have been dropped after Southampton. Also, why was Firmino brought on? He has been poor for a whole year. Would have persisted with Origi and just changed Mo for Ox. Completely agree with that super chat. Gendelson, Trent and Firmino need to be dropped. No intensity in the midfield. Missed Henderson, as we always do when he doesn't play. Quickly before I speak about FSG. Sorry, Matt, really quickly.
Yeah, no, go on.
And again, Matt Drift James, Stro, you all know I'm not going to sit here and say I'm Origi's biggest fan. As a person, as what he's done for us, I will always have respect for Origi and always have love for him. There was absolutely no reason whatsoever for him today to be taken off at that time. 55 minutes, around 55 minutes. James, we were pulling our hair out on the street.
Oh,
everyone here knows I'm a Bobby guy. I don't want to see Bobby on the pitch on 55 minutes when Origi's the one being hooked. That is atrocious management. Nothing good about that management. That's atrocious management. And again, I will sit here and I'll tell you in my chest, Origi's got to put that chance away. But I'm not being funny. If Salah had the same chance and missed just before half time, would Klopp have pulled him off at 55 minutes?
Of course he wouldn't.
That's my issue. And again, when we saw the lineup, I was so happy with the lineup. Do you know why? Because that sent a message to the rest of the squad saying, you know what? You guys have done well over the last few years, but you're in really bad form right now. You're not a shoo-in. You can't be a guaranteed starter. It sent a message. Klopp went and contradicted his message on the 55th minute. And he just shot himself in the foot for the rest of the season.
Let me just... Sorry, Carl. Let me just...
Scotty LFC, at least we got another Virgil van Dijk update today. FSG. We're going to speak about FSG. Go on, Drift. I'm going to read out these super chats and I'll let you go.
Yeah. And here's the thing as well. When I'm saying this... Go on.
Sorry, bro. I just don't want them to pile up. DA team Kop-Ish, love from India. Love to you guys. Love to everyone in the chat. Please do smash the like button. Make sure you follow James and his channel as well. Make sure you go and follow Stro on social media as well and support what he's doing. Thank you to 9075 Jamrock for your super chat. Rodrigo, Drifty was right to be angry about his team selection versus Midtjylland. Lost Jota, who's been our best player. As a Chelsea fan, happy our record stands at 86 games. I'm not even going to speak about that Midtjylland.
No.
Bro, you remember what I had in the comments? I had people cussing my wife in the comments because I said Jota should have played. Imagine that.
That one game, we all was in agreement and said, we remember we were mad saying Jota shouldn't have played, and we all got the stick. All of us everyone in the chat on that day was giving us so much stick because we said Jota shouldn't have played that game.
People were talking about my wife and my kid on the stream because I said Jota shouldn't have played as long as he did and Salah shouldn't have. Those same people cannot be found right now. Ran Rodriguez, Drifty, I was praying that Origi's shot would have gone in just to hear the smoke. I would take the Drifty smoke right now. I'm not going to lie. But go on, Drift. I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I'd much prefer that. I'd much prefer the Drifty smoke than the shit that we're going through right now. Honestly,
100%. Do you know what I'm saying?
I would accept it wholeheartedly.
So here's the thing that, because remember again, I appreciate if you've got money in the bank. Yeah, there are different rules for you just naturally. So when you go through our team, Mane, Salah, Alisson, Fabinho, Henderson, these players have got a little bit of money in the bank that always gives them a bit of a blight when it comes to certain things. I do understand that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit that, but I'm trying to look at these games as standalone games and look at these as individual moments rather than looking at the big picture sometimes. And you know what really annoys me is you're going to look at them 2 chances Robert missed today. You're going to look at that chance that Salah missed today, because let's not get twisted. Even though obviously he brought a save out of Pope, that beautiful run that Jorginho made through the midfield today, and he set him up, that was a wet donkey baby shit attempt at a shot. I don't care if it's Salah and he's got money in the bank. That was a whatless attempt, yeah? When I'm looking at all these, those men ain't going to be punished for it. And again, as I said, I know they do have money in the bank, but they know they'll play next week. They'll play next game. They've got nothing to worry about. It is what it is. So this is why I'm saying with people like Minamino and Origi, where Minamino will score the opening goal against Palace, start a riot, we'll have our best game we've had all season. He'll have his best game all season, and then he's not seen again on the pitch for another month. He's thinking to himself, what is the point? Why did I come here for? And Divock is exactly the same. He scores winning goals in big important games, and then all of a sudden he's just completely forgotten about randomly. And then when he is played, he gets 2 minutes at the end of a match, or he starts the game and then he's hooked at basically half time. If you get hooked in the 52nd minute, you should have not even come out. I've always thought as a player and as a fan, if you get hooked in the 52nd minute, what the fuck did the manager waste the time letting you come back out for? It's more embarrassing to hook you at the 52nd minute than it is to just not bring you back out for the second half, in my opinion. All of these things are soul-sucking. They're confidence draining. And this is why I'm going to start turning my attention to Klopp. And again, it's not, Klopp's a bad manager and all that, but I think Klopp's feeling the heat. I can say for the first time in 5 years as Liverpool manager, Klopp's feeling the heat and he's making decisions that don't make no sense. He's not making, for him to tell me in the press conference, Matip is only playing even though he's fit because Henderson picked up a knock, makes no sense to me. You know that defense don't work. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? And then you do all of that stuff during the game. For me, Origi should have stayed on the pitch. Salah should have replaced Ox if you really want to bring him on. You drop Shaqiri back into the middle, allow him to create. You put Salah back wide, and you still have a goal for it up front. What are you bringing on Firmino for? Do you know what that's like? That is literally like changing a flat tire and putting another tire on that's not pumped up. What are you putting on a non-pumped up tire for? You're still running on the rims. You might as well just fucking leave the other tire on and just wait till you get to the petrol station so you can fix the puncher. What are you doing? What does Firmino do in an attacking sense that made any sense to that at all? I would have actually preferred he brought Robert on and put him as centre-back. I would have actually said, well, you know what? He might get in the way because he seems to be getting in the way of our strikers. So maybe he'll get in the way of their strikers as well. Like, what's going on here?
I don't know. Yassid, Alex Ferguson came to knock Liverpool off their perch. Ollie's here to do the same. 30 years, can't even defend the title.
I never mean to be rude, but shut up.
Yeah. Get Costa on a free. He would put fear into defenders.
I don't want Costa, man. I don't want Costa.
Mario. Trent is predictable. Robbo looks out of options. If the front three look like they're going through a divorce. Genie's head is in Barca. Thiago is like, what the F? I feel very sorry for Thiago. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he came in and thought, rah, these man
he's gone from
Lewandowski last season.
He's gone from Lewandowski, and again, you guys know I love him. He's gone from Lewandowski to Firmino. Let that sink in.
It's
Still
peak.
Ross, Genie's head is gone. Shocking since Christmas, apart from that anonymous run again. Ox playing on the wing never works. One thing I will say, Trent never hides. He doesn't hide. I don't think any of this team, I've got to be honest, I don't think anyone in the team hides. I don't think anyone does. I've got to be honest. We try to the end. We do. That's one thing Klopp's instilled in his team. We go to the end. We just are out of ideas.
Can I ask you something just quickly? When we started the game, it looked like we went 4-2-3-1 with Wijnaldum and Thiago at the base and Shaqiri as kind of the 10 and Oxon out wide. I don't understand why. Like, maybe it's me, but Ox out wide. I don't want to see it right now.
Yeah.
I really
don't want to see it ever.
I agree.
I just don't.
Like, Ox out wide, and you've got I know Shaqiri's not a winger by trade, but I would have rather seen Ox in a more central role. So then, if he does have that kind of burst that he does have every now and again, I can get a shot off. That's more likely to happen. When it was out wide today, that's why I was saying to you, Drift. Even though I felt like Origi should have stayed on. Bro, I can't lie to you. I thought Ox was. The least I said about the
he just didn't play. I'm not saying he was amazing, bro, but I'm saying allow him to play himself into form like you let the others play themselves into form.
That's true, but I think he was already given like a bad. What's the word?
A bad hand.
Yeah, because you're being put out wide. Like at least play. That's the thing. Play him centrally. Play Shaq on the right. We know Shaq's not going to stay there.
But I think they were interchanging throughout the game. Though I did see times when when Ox was in the middle and Shaq was going wide.
Yeah. They kind of were. Yeah. I thought Shaq tried, but some of his balls.
At what point do we start wondering why Klopp isn't telling these men to stop doing that little dumbass cross? You know that little chip. Edge of the box, crap to the back stick. When's Klopp going to tell these lot to stop doing that dumbass cross?
No idea. Trent lost possession 39 times, completed 1 out of 22 crosses, a new record again for him.
Do you know what? Can I respond to that? Can I quickly respond to that just quickly? Let
me have the last super chat because this leads on nicely to what we're going to start speaking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Why, John? It's always going to be 3 steps forward, 6 steps back when you've got Yanks as owners. City were the perfect example of what not to do regarding centre-back. Now we're paying the price. #FSG out. Also, big six bands. Go and follow them on YouTube as well. Ox cannot play it out wide. It's suicidal. So, guys, I'm going to read you a super chat from
Can I quickly
Kevin
respond to
Palmer.
that thing?
Oh, go on then, Matt. Yeah, go on.
Just quickly. I get the whole statistics thing, yeah, when it comes to Trent. But here's the reason why I was defending Trent at the start of the stream. Yes, he's playing poor. Everyone is playing poor. I just don't like seeing scapegoating. Here's the thing. You want to talk about stats? Stats also work the other way. Trent's been our best assist guy for the last 2 years. And people are now focusing on the stats when he loses the ball or gets dispossessed. It's the same thing with Bruno Fernandes, you know. He loses the ball enough times, but look how much good things he does. It's the same thing with Trent. I know he's lost the ball enough times and he's in bad form, but so's the rest of the team. Because I'm sure if we were to go deep dive into everyone's statistics, you'll find things you don't want to see with everybody. And yes, he may have the high stat, losing possession, but let's not just focus on one man's stats right now because we lost to Burnley at home.
We talk about today, though.
Do you know what
No, I know, but what I'm trying to say is, if they have that same. Yeah, go on, Hammers. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, basically all I want to say dead quick, right, is just with the Trent situation, and I think he should be dropped. Not based overall. I still think overall he's one of the best right backs in the world, but I'm happy to see a Milner or a Nico Williams right now because he's shot of all confidence. That being said, and I'm agreeing with you, Matt, when you start focusing on little stupid stats about how many times he lost the ball, talk about the team, because actually Trent, when he does a pass, he's trying to create something. And bear in mind, that's what we lack right now. We lack a lot of creativity. So when you're talking about that, at least he's trying to make things happen. But unfortunately, the balls that he's whipping into the box, the passes that he's making, the players who are supposed to get on the end of them passes aren't doing it because they've lost a little bit of edge of sharpness and a little edge. They're not there. So listen, people, chill when it comes to Trent. I agree if you say that he should be dropped now, but last season you were calling him the best right back in world football. So don't just change energy overnight. And he's 21. People forget he's not 30, 35. He's a kid. So
yeah. Genie Houdini, you know when pilots fly fighter planes and the little red square pops up on the screen to signify the target has been locked? If Robert was flying that spaceship, he would miss the target. Do you know what it feels like with the crossing stuff, guys?
Top Gun, you know, like
it's like, you know, when you get a really good fighter, but they start getting a couple of knockouts, and instead of like doing their overall game, they just start focusing and going for the knockout.
Start focusing on the striking.
Yeah. We're too focusing on the cross at the moment. Like, we've fallen in love with the cross. Everything has to be a cross. We've fallen in love with it, and if we don't get the crossing right, we can't win the fight because
we're saying I'm in love with the crosser. Is that what we turned into now? Yeah.
All right. So here's some stuff now. So
I finished the Maggie in under an hour. Do you know how mad that is?
This is from Kevin Palmer. So Man United are top of the Premier League with their net spend compared to the top 6 rivals, suggesting they should be there. Manchester City, 564 million. Manchester United, 501 million. Arsenal, 305 million. Chelsea, 263 million. Tottenham, 204 million. Liverpool, 108 million. He then went on to say, you go back to this spending chart. Liverpool owners have got away without spending much money over the last 5 years, but Klopp cannot be expected to continue to produce miracles on a limited budget. FSG won't change, but they have to offer more support now. Klopp also went on to say in his post-match, we lost that game we lost a game that was impossible to lose, but it's my fault. It's always my fault if we lose. We can change it. We have to work on it. Then also went on to say, we can't imagine a title race at the moment. Let's talk FSG. We went into this January. No, scratch January. The moment Dejan Lovren was sold to Zenit. No, again, I'm going to go before that. Before we sold Lovren, and again, Drifty, this is not me trying to dig you out. I'm being serious. Don't take this personally or the wrong way. Me and Matt said for ages, Lovren's got to go and we've got to bring in a replacement. Right? The moment the window opened, a centre-back should have been signed. The moment Lovren was sold,
said that, bro.
A centre-back should have been the priority. The moment Virgil van Dijk got injured, a centre-back should have gone from being a priority to we're signing one on the 1st of January. The moment Gomez got injured, it should have gone from we're signing someone now, we're unveiling them today, and they play on the 1st of January. We are now in the 21st of January. What have we got? Nine days left of the transfer window. We're not bringing in a centre-back. We're not bringing in any attacking reinforcements. But yet, no one is saying anything about the owners. And again, Drift, I know you said what you said. Matt, me and you are pretty much sitting on the fence a little bit. I'm going to be real with you. And I don't even want to put myself in the whole FSG and FSG out because I've never been in one of those crowds. If FSG are not willing to back the club so that we can maintain where we are and supersede our expectations and make Liverpool a dominant force consistently, then you are not the right owners for the club. And respectfully, please sell to someone who will take us to the promised land and keep us there. Simple.
I told bro, you know what? The train's moving kind of fast, bruv. Intercity 225 business, bruv. It's rapid. Jump on at the next stop, bruv.
I've got no hate for FSG, but if you've come to a point right now where you can't take us any further, in the same way I said I don't think Lovren can take us any further. I didn't think Mignolet could take us any further. I didn't think Karius could take us any further. I don't think Firmino can take us any further. I don't think Origi can take us any further. These are players who play for the club. Day in, day out, they train, they work their arse off. If you're an owner and you can't take us any further, then you have to go as well. We cannot have the same energy. So we cannot have the energy that we have for players and not have it for owners. Right now, we are Arsenal Football Club under Arsene Wenger. The difference is we've got world-class players who are injured. That's the only difference. We are Liverpool Football Club and we are acting like Arsenal under Arsene Wenger. All our owners seem to care about right now is finishing in the top 4 so they get their Champions League money and they hold on to their sponsorships. That's it. I don't want.
But they ain't even going to get that.
I don't want top 4. I've tasted.
I was going to say, yeah, we're not even going to aim for that.
I don't want it anymore. And again, guys, I don't want to put words
can I chime in on this?
I'd love to know where you guys stand on that.
Yeah, can I chime in on this? Let me quickly say something. And I know I won't take too long because everyone else has got probably a lot to say as well. Our owners have been good owners. They have. They want us. Obviously, they've got us to win a title. They backed us as much as they could have. Yeah. But I kind of feel like the way how they even got us there, I've always said they got a little bit lucky because I've always said it. If Coutinho's not sold, do we get Alisson? Do we get Van Dijk? I don't personally think so. You might have got one of them. On top of that, they've got a sponsorship deals. We've been able to renew contracts of certain players, and we respect that. And we will never forget what FSG have done. But this whole like money ball and sell to buy scheme, I think it's worked to a certain point where, yes, you became the challenger and you became the champion. But when we actually won the title, I always said this. Are we going to have that same energy? Are we going to do the same thing over and over again? Sell to buy, sell to buy. Because I'll be honest with you, that's not going to work being a champion. You have to be better than that. You therefore have to go put money in your own pocket. You can't just think, I know what we're going to do. We're going to sell Mo Salah and then Klopp can reinvest in the squad. We've got to stop all this like selling players and then going to get more players. Like you keep taking things away. And again, I think they're good owners, but we need great owners. We need owners, in my opinion, that are going to take us to that next level. And again, I'm not bashing FSG because I will stress it again. With FSG, we won the title. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I just feel like we're getting to a point where even Klopp feels like, rah, I've done a lot with what you've given me, but now I need more. If you want me to really do this thing, I need more now. So can you help me? And what it looks like, he's not getting that help. And when you see pictures and training videos of Virgil van Dijk and Gomez looking like this is a PR. I'm sorry. We should be buying a centre back. No, let me finish. They're flipping sending us. The club are sending pictures and videos of VVD and Gomez when we should be focusing on a centre back. That's all that PR spin showing us that they might be back soon. I don't want to even see Virgil van Dijk come back this season, if I'm being honest. I don't want him to be rushed back. I really don't want him to be rushed back. Neither do I want Gomez. And we should have to rush them back. Why should it be when you read a newspaper, Virgil van Dijk might come back and save Liverpool's season? He should have to do that, though. He shouldn't need to.
It's fact.
Shit need to, but yeah, that's my
See,
opinion.
I have a big issue specifically with FSG for this one particular point. We've done something unprecedented in UK football in history, right? With our Nike sponsorship deal, for example. So, for those of you that have heard the term over the years, is get him, you will recoup the money in shirt sales. That's never been the truth, because basically what would happen previously, historically throughout the years, is Adidas, Nike, whoever would buy your rights as a club. So they'd pay you a certain amount over the year. If they made more than that, fine, you'd then look at it the next season. Us, particularly this season, we get a percentage of the sales. Not just shirt sales, any Nike Liverpool sale, which is why you then see the Liverpool Nike caps, you then see the Nike Liverpool merchandise and stuff like that. So we actually can recoup the money by buying someone with the shirt sales. FSG don't have an excuse at this point to not go out and spend money. I don't want to hear anything about coronavirus. I don't want to hear anything about the fact that we're losing match day revenue. We get that. Our shirt sales have been recorded as record shirt sales. There is no excuse. They cannot hide. The second, like Callum said, the second Lovren went, we should have got a centre-back. We didn't. Van Dijk gets injured. We have to replace instantly, and it has to be early in January. Then you lose Gomez, and then you see Matip injured constantly, and then you see us having to turn to Fabinho and Henderson. At what point is that any good for any sort of title race or even try to defend your title? These men don't have an excuse. I think they've been great so far. The cracks are starting to show. And like you said, they've been good. We need great. We're Liverpool Football Club, for crying out loud.
Fact.
We are the top two biggest clubs in England. Historically, we are unmatched in terms of titles. We have the most domestic trophies. We need to start acting like it. And it's driving me mad when I look at FSG and this buy to or this sell to buy model. It's not going to work long term. So what you're telling me, we're getting Mbappe in, build a team around it, then what, 2 years you're going to sell him because it's the sell to buy model? Like, it doesn't make any sense. We've not got the spending power that Manchester City have got. We can't just throw 300 million at it.
You know what's mad?
It won't work for us, and that's my issue.
I got two things just quickly say to back up Stro on that one. Yeah, first one is when you look at the situation, based on what Stro just said, it's so perfect and it's so true. I can sit here now and I might be making an assumption, and assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups, but I think a lot of people agree with this assumption. If we signed Mbappe, at least 2 million of the 600 million Liverpool fans worldwide would buy an Mbappe shirt and get his name on the shirt. I think I'm being pretty accurate when the gas levels would go through the roof if we signed Mbappe. So if you think about it, at £100 a shirt, yeah, 20% of that 100 times by 2 million, we're looking at about £40 million Liverpool would get back just from people putting his name on the shirt. Yeah. So if they spend 100 million on him, they nearly get half of that back just because people go and get his name on the shirt. So straight out the back, what Stro's saying is so true. You actually have to capitalize on marketing schemes when it comes to stuff like this, and you have to actually use it to your advantage. Secondly, this is where they've been caught out. You know who FSG are? FSG are the brother who's got a decent job. Like, he might earn about 30, 35 grand a year. He's got a decent job, but he lives paycheck to paycheck. And while everything is all right and he's got his job and everything's cool, he's able to provide. His kids can go on special school trips. He's always able to take maybe wifey out a couple times a month, you know what I mean, on dates and stuff. And he's doing all right. As soon as something hits him, like a bump in the road, like his car gets broken into and the insurance aren't willing to pay for it, and now he might have to fork out a little P for the thing. Or, as I said to you before, his boiler breaks. Or maybe something happens, you know what I mean, with the roof on his house, and now he's got like 2 grand's got to come out of nowhere to fix the hole in the roof, whatever. All of a sudden, because he lived paycheck to paycheck, he's fucked. Because now he's thinking, I didn't have savings. Shit, where do I get the money from to be able to fix the hole in my roof? Or how do I get my car fixed? Or how do I do all of these things? So it looked sustainable when life was good. And that was FSG under Klopp at the beginning. It looked good. It was sustainable. It looked okay. But you see what's happening now with Van Dijk injured, Gomez ill, that's the bump in the road. And now these man's month to month kind of way of living, it's showing. Now we're struggling. Now we're worried. Now we're stressing. How are you going to pay bills? How am I going to fix the hole in the roof? Whatever. That is what FSG are doing now. They're not able to fix the hole in the roof. So now, you know what we're doing right now? We're watching the sofa get soggy. The carpet's all getting moldy now because it's damp. All that, we're watching it happen now. And you know what? there's nothing we can do about it unless we get new owners. Just the same way, unless you've got a new job that pays you more dough, you're like, I can't do nothing about this. And right now, I don't see a way out because FSG aren't going to change. How do we find a way out of this when they're not going to buy anyone, they're not going to do anything, and if they say selling to buy is the option, we've then got to risk losing a Mane or a Salah or one of our big players to hope who comes in does what Van Dijk and Alisson did with that transformation 3-4 years ago. Do you know how risky that is? Seriously, do you know how risky it is for them to turn around and say, oh, well, we'll get 150 mil for Salah, and Klopp can have all of that? So what? Who's he going to get to replace Salah's 30 goals a season in all comps, which is what he's got for like 4 years in a row now? How do you do that? Like, it's a joke. It's actually a joke right now, man.
Yeah, James, I'm going to come to you in one sec. Trudon,
yeah,
part of me doesn't
want to do the super chat.
Yeah, doesn't. Part of me doesn't want to. Part of me doesn't want us to make top four purely to spite these only fools and horses. Rodney Trotter, man. DA 22 goals conceded isn't that bad. Only 4 teams under 20 goals.
Oh man!
Again, the numbers defensively aren't bad, but it's the fact of having to play centre midfielders there that's crippling us and just making us disjointed. Zaberi, chat is full like a party, but no one buying drinks or dancing. Smash the like button. Cow, I kind of missed that old intro still. Yeah, but we got James in the intro. We've got Heskey. We've got Sander Vestalo. We've got a couple man in the
yeah, for real.
The old intro has not been deleted. So
I was so gassed when I got into that intro, mate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, James, what's your thoughts on FSG? Well, and what we've just been discussing, bro.
I think we're all forgetting. I really do think we're all forgetting. They've just had 2 transfer windows where they spent 60 million in total. They spent 20 million on a midfielder and they spent 40 million on a winger that is paid in instalments. In terms, I think it was 10. I don't know how much it is, but we're paying a certain amount every year for Diogo Jota. The summer before, we bought 2 kids. One of them that isn't even good enough for the under 23s. The other one that's smashing it back in, to be fair. And then we got Adrian. So I'm not being funny with you, mate. We haven't been splashing the cash. Bear in mind, we've just won the league. We've robbed clubs for players like Ryan Brewster, Dominic Solanke, and you're telling me we haven't got money. How? And how has this happened and where is this came from? Because I'd love to know. When I put that into context for you, we're Premier League champions, one of the biggest clubs in world football, get record shirt sales, sell these players. Listen, our club could sell water to a drowning man with the way we sell players to certain clubs. So when you look at it in that perspective, how have we got not enough money to splash 20 million on a centre-back?
It's madness, bro. It's, as you just said that, I actually realised that what you basically said there, James, or Hammers, sorry, is Ryan Brewster paid for Thiago.
And Jota.
No, but even if you just want to talk about like as a bulk amount, because I know we're paying 5 mil a season, but even if you just think about it as a bulk, we sold Ryan Brewster for more money than we paid for Thiago.
But guys, this is the point, right? So Hammers just made a phenomenal point with regards to the breakdown of installments that we've been doing for players and stuff like that.
I give up.
So we've got Michael Edwards, who's regarded as one of the best footballing directors in the world, sporting directors. You're telling me we couldn't get a centre back for 20-30 million, have that kind of a deal where we pay 10 mil up front this season and spread the rest over the next couple of seasons? That's not sustainable for FSG. How is that not possible if we're doing it like that? So we've done it for Thiago. We can do it. It's just a PR spin. And then you see Van Dijk videos drop. And then you hear this whole, the reason why they don't want to spend because they're going to go big in the summer. Right, okay. Well, the summer comes and then nothing happens. Then what?
Yeah, we've been hearing that for
the summer
years.
comes, then our targets change.
10 million and we sold Kijana Hoover for 10 million.
Exactly.
So we've got money from other players as well.
I forgot about
but James, but this is what, remember when Klopp said, this is when Klopp really tried to let us in a little bit when he goes, the club has bills to pay. What he's basically saying is this, there's money there, but FSG wouldn't use it either for themselves or for other things. Because as you said, Hoover's money, Brewster's money, obviously Lovren's money, and you think we only paid 5 million down payment for Thiago.
Kijana Hoover as well.
Yeah, we only paid, if I'm not mistaken, we might have only paid like 9 million up front for Jota. We're doing these payment plans like finance. We're doing
And
a
we bought
finance
not
thing,
on the summer before or the January.
Yeah, we're doing
Exactly,
we're doing
nothing
bare
before.
Curry's finance things right now. I don't understand why we're moving like that. And then you think to yourself, there's got to be money there for Klopp to buy a centre back. But I think Klopp has kind of made it clear he wants a centre back, but for whatever reason, FSG aren't willing to really put their hand in the pocket and give Klopp what he honestly deserves.
But this
I
is
don't know
where
why
it
that
gets
is.
dangerous, though. This is where it gets dangerous, though. In the
Okay,
point
yeah,
where
guess
we've
what?
seen
Boys, can I just
managers
say
in the
this
past.
dead quick? Sorry, Stro. Can I just say this dead quick, my mate? Basically, if that's the case, then FSG out. I am finished. Honestly, boys, I am finished with I look at Arsenal fans right now, and they are the best. I look at Manchester United fans, maybe not in the current second, but you look at them last season and before that, the best. I don't want we know what our clubs like to be shit. We know what it's like to be competing for Europa League, and that's the best you're getting. I don't want to go back there, especially not this quick. We've only just won the league. We've only just won the Champions League. Adamars can't drop this soon. We've got to maintain it. And if we don't maintain it, there's only one area to look at, and that's the board. Not Jurgen Klopp. Like, it's madness.
Nah, because Jay Hammers, that's my point. We've seen it in the past where managers have got so annoyed and frustrated with the owners, they've just left. And this is a scary situation for Liverpool fans going forward. Is we don't want to lose Klopp. If the board carry on doing the stupid shit that they're doing, he's going to get more and more frustrated. He's then going to start wondering, well, maybe that Germany job's available in the next couple of years. Let's take that a year earlier. And then we're left with what? Who can come in and do the kind of job that Klopp's done instantly off the bat? And this is what I mean. FSG need to get the shit together and quickly. It's not good enough.
And just quickly to end on that thing you said, Stro, as well, yeah? Just quickly, sorry, dude, just quickly. Remember when you're talking about the targets in the summer? I'm telling you from now, Liverpool's primary target, obviously, was to win the league at the start of the season or to get Champions League. If we was to fall out of the top four, I'm telling you from now, you see the targets, there will be no targets. Because you see, when we were reading or hearing maybe 4 weeks ago, Upamecano's the big target. Really, that was so funny. Bayern Munich come out today and said, we are in for him.
I know.
They are in, and they're probably going to get him. So what Liverpool going to say when we don't get Upamecano? Yeah, well, we were never in for him anyway because, our targets have changed. We're going to have to go. Bro, I'm telling you for now, this whole thing of keep waiting. You need to be proactive. Stop being reactive. Oh, man. Frustrating.
Motor Sir Ali, do you think if we got a centre back 1st of Jan, our form would have been any better? Seeing those players on the pitch seems unlikely. COVID played a part. I do think if we had signed a centre back, we'd be in a better position in this because we would never have had to play Henderson centre back. Fabinho may have had the option not to play centre back in a game or two. It would have been different. It would have been different.
It would have been.
Stephen, Spurs has more depth than us, and Levy is stingy.
Exactly.
True. A-Spec, the players will generate a good return in shirt sales, aren't available in. I'm not sure what that's meant to say.
Don't read it. I think it's actually, you know what?
So it's
I
available.
think we're going to go big this summer, but we definitely need to fix the leak now. We keep on saying we're going to go big in the summer.
What's big?
What proof have FSG? All right. If I said to you guys right now, I think Bobby Firmino is going to score 40 goals next season, you lot would all laugh at me. Not because you think Bobby's rubbish, but you'd say, Cal, what evidence have you got to back up that claim? He's never done it. Like, what evidence have you got to say that he'll do that? When have FSG gone big in the summer without selling?
Never.
They never have. So surprised.
Where's this evidence coming from? And again, we're hearing about Kopish. So we can't sign a centre back in January, but all of a sudden in the summer, even though there still isn't fans in the ground, we're all of a sudden going to be able to sign Upamecano, Mbappe, and someone else. Come on, man. Do me a favour, man. Like, leave me out with this stuff. Like,
I'll be honest with you, yeah. I totally understand, yeah, that losing matchday revenue is a big deal. I heard Liverpool lose out on about £2 million every home match, including people like buying drinks and food and, all of that kind of stuff. So don't get me wrong. I do get that £2 million is a lot of money.
Change down the couch.
Yeah, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, match day revenue is actually the smallest form of income for any top Premier League side. Like when you go through their bank balance at the end of the season, match revenue is literally at the bottom of the pile of what is the priority for income. So they're just using it as an excuse to try and butter us up or make us feel sorry for them. I'm gonna be real, like I don't buy it. We let go with Danny Ings. And who was the other player we let go of in the summer when we brought in Hova and Adrian? So there was even money that was like, there was like 40 odd million pound that was like nestling just for nothing. So even if you look at it from that paid for Jota then. So Brewster played for Thiago, selling Ings paid for Jota. So at what point have FSG ever actually done anything? I'm sorry, this is Michael Edwards who's doing everything. When have FSG ever done anything? Because you see what Abramovich did? Abramovich looked at the situation and he went, okay, we just made top 4 and my team doesn't really look that good. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the manager have 250 mil. Now, I'm not saying I want our owners to act like that because maybe they can't. But even if you take a quarter of what Abramovich did and then show that love and be like, Klopp, do you know what? Here's 70 million. Like, we can't give you the Chelsea and the Man City money, but here's 70 million. Do you know what Michael Edwards and Klopp could do with 70 million? Like, it's actually embarrassing that our owners sit there smoking cigars, talking about Red Sox and showing no love to Liverpool. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it, man.
1975 Jamrock. Lil wanted 25 mil for Botman. We said 15. That sort of stuff there. Imran, if we ever saw FSG, I would grab them, grab my pliers and squeeze their balls and say, I'm not a boy. It's like someone again, should I tell you what it is? You see even the whole situation, and this is again where it's come back to bite us double fold as well. You see, when we didn't sign a defender in the summer and the whole world saw Van Dijk and Gomez get injured, you know how silly we became to selling clubs. Like, we can't go into selling clubs now and dominate them and say, well, we want a player for this. This is what we think their value's worth. Because they'll look at us and say, well, no, you ain't got no centre backs. He was 15 million yesterday. For you, he's 25. So again, we shot ourselves in the foot again. Like, I'll be real with you, yeah. Think of it like this: if let's say Real Madrid lose Sergio Ramos at the end of the season, then they come in for Van Dijk, God forbid. You think if Real Madrid come with an £80 million bid, you think Liverpool are going to say 80 million is good money, we're making 5 million profit? We're going to say you want Van Dijk to replace Sergio Ramos, your best centre back. Yeah, that's going to be 150. In the same way we did it with Coutinho to Barcelona. So how are we expecting clubs to say, yeah, we'll sell you our best centre back for what you want, as opposed to what they want?
But
come on, it's common sense.
We've been there before. Andy Carroll.
Yeah.
The only reason why Newcastle demanded 35 million because they knew that we were getting 50 million for Torres. Exactly. Otherwise, that'd have been a 10-15 million sale.
Exactly. Fact.
Earlier in the summer, so we've been there before.
Why can Newcastle and Fulham spend like 100 million and we can't?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Mike Ashley,
what the hell are you talking about? I am a boy. The more you ask these questions, James, James, I keep saying James, James, yeah.
No,
the more you're gonna get, the more you're gonna get. We're just gonna get upset, fam. We're just gonna get upset. Keep in the stress. We're just gonna get upset, bro.
To hear, we haven't bought anyone for Lovren's position or a centre back, as we don't have a striker. We are slipping now. This January, we haven't bought anyone. Come on, FSG. I'm not going to try and pronounce your first name. I'm sorry. Mr. Hussein. Oh, man, I can feel the pain United and Arsenal fans were having. But come on, guys, we can bounce back. You'll never walk alone. We can bounce back, but we need our own. We need our own to pull their finger out. We can bounce back.
Yeah, we need support, man.
Do you believe that?
Need support.
What's that?
Say again, Drift.
Do you believe we can bounce back without investment?
Not without investment. If we don't get investment between now and the end of January, in my opinion, we won't win the league because there's still a long time for Jota to come back, Virgil and Gomez to come back.
We're not winning the
And we know
league,
Matic-
Cal.
and we
We're
know
not-
We
Matic-
should just start hoping for FA
that's what
Cup
I'm
and
saying.
Champions
And
League.
Matic won't come
That's
back.
what we should
Yeah.
hope for now.
I don't think we're in the league right now.
Um,
We can't talk about league titles, bro. We can't, bro. We can't.
Hammers just said the
Nah,
Champions
keep that
League, bro.
away,
I'll be
mate.
honest with you. I don't want the embarrassment that the Champions League will bring right now, the way we're playing.
No, but we got.
Honestly,
I'll tell you
I
one
don't.
thing though. We've got a better chance of winning the title because it's knockout and anything can happen.
Oh, anything can happen, but you want to
That's it.
compare
That's
Leipzig
it.
to
Anything
West
can
Brom, Newcastle, and Burnley.
But remember, no. But do you know what it is though, Jill? With Premier League,
Play better.
I don't know what it
Probably
is.
play
Do you know
better.
what? Maybe this is me. This is just me thinking about. Okay, normally we do well in the Champions League. I know we lost to Atletico, and I'd arguably say that game messed us up more than we realized because you see that blueprint of 4-4-2. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but teams that play 4-4-2 against us always give us problems. Always. Whether it's a 4-5-1 and that second striker drops back slightly, but when it's a 2 banks of 4, we're in trouble. Man United even done it to us when they come to Anfield. It wasn't 4-4-2 flat, but it was like a diamond. Any type of 4-4-2 variant where you defend in a 4, we find it hard to break down. I will say that. But I still think better chance Champions League. If we ever
Ran
get on
Rodriguez, has FSG acknowledged what's going on at the club right now? I have no idea.
Oh, that's
Donovan,
smoking cigars.
Not
John Henry's grandkid goes to school I work at. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, don't say what's funny. Don't do that. That's deep. That's deep.
No, but you know what I will say to do?
Don't even.
No, we talk about I would genuinely say, go up to him and give him a no.
Ban him up, bro.
If you want to don't go up.
No, listen to me. Go up to him with a no, with some valid bullet points on it, and say, do you know what, bro? I beg you, give this to your granddad, and I beg you, tell him to actually read it. Stand there and watch him read it, and just tell me what his response is, what his facial expression are like when he's reading these bullet points, and then ask him what he thinks of that, and is he going to do anything about anything on that list? What's the harm?
The lot potentially.
Did you see the Kevin Hart?
Listen. I don't want any lawsuits.
Kevin Hart thing, where he was like, did you see the Kevin Hart thing, where he was like to his, hey, did you give the mom the note? Yes, I did. My mama told me to tell you to mind the motherfucking business. Like all over.
Bruh.
Abina, we practically have world-class players at every position, yet blaming this on FSG said we're running out of ideas. Whose job is it to provide the ideas? We don't have world-class in every position when world-class gets injured. And again, this is the competition we're up against. And shout out to Mog LFC for the super chat as well. This is the competition we're up against. We're up against Manchester City. We're up against Manchester United. We're up against Chelsea.
Spurs and Leicester.
Spurs and Leicester as well. Apologies to those teams as well.
And they all spend. All of them spend.
And
exactly.
Every time Hammers, listen, every time Hammers brings up that other teams spend, this is me inside. Bro, I don't want to hear other people. Bro, do you know how deep it is to know that we're Premier League champions and we won't even buy one player that you could arguably say could change all of our fortunes? Because maybe even give the team a lift. Oh, I don't know.
We're the kid who comes back after the summer holidays and sees everyone in new school shoes, and people come up to us and go, "Ain't they your brother's shoes?" Yeah. Hand me down,
Genie Houdini. If you were to catch FSG at a random bar in America and ask them about Liverpool, they would say, "Who? My pool is fine." Chazzy, I think earlier than Atleti, we were struggling in games against Norwich and West Ham before we won the league, mainly based on our 2019 form. That's true as well. All right, guys, let's chop up with and let's start wrapping this up. Let's do player ratings now. which is not going to. Yeah, I know.
Player ratings.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know a positive way to end the show. I've got to be honest with you. I genuinely don't.
Bro. Fun positivity, bro. But welcome to my world, bro.
Kadir Hussein, only way we'll get money is if we sell Mane/Salah. FSG out. We have outgrown FSG. All right, Allison. What are we giving Allison as a rating, guys?
He would have got a 7 or an 8 until he gave away the penalty.
He had a great save. He had a great save as well.
I don't think he's a fault for the penalty.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
But you can't. No, do you know what? He's not a fault for the penalty, as in the defense made the mistake, but he's still the one who committed the foul. 5.
It was a soft penalty. So soft, Adrift. Soft.
It was soft. It was soft. It was. But you know what? I ain't in the mood to be nice to no one.
I'm giving Ali.
It's not a 5.
I'm giving Ali a 6. I'm giving him a 6 because I think that save alone. Remember the save, that top quality save you made against Barnes.
Here's what I'm gonna say, and I'm trying to be as level-headed as I can.
6.5.
If Park Life does that same thing, no one says it's soft. Everyone says this is what he always does.
But he doesn't make that save against Barnes.
Yeah,
no, but he doesn't make the saves that Ali makes, though.
No, I know he doesn't. But what I'm saying is, I still personally believe.
Being 2-0 to Burnley, Drift?
Yeah. Ali 6.5 at least, Jim. God, think of the save against Barnes. Remember, Barnes chested it, and I thought, oh my days.
Why are you not trying to make me nice? I don't feel like being nice.
But it's not about being nice. It's about being real, fam. Come on, man.
I'm gonna give Ali a 7. I'm gonna give him a 7.
There you go. More like it.
Matt, what are you giving Ali?
I'm gonna give him a 7 as well. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Stro?
Yeah, 7.
James?
8.
Same as well, James?
Yep.
Cool. Nathan Morrison, read my other super chat, please. Sorry, Nathan, it didn't come through. Apologies. If you can just write as a normal message and I'll read it out. FPL skills. We have got a new training ground that costs money. Yes, and AXA, who the training ground is named after, paid for a lot of that as well. Hence why they've got their name on the front of the building.
Exactly.
Again, with all due respect to anyone saying or sticking up for FSG right now, I've probably got a rebuttal for everything. So it's not me coming at you personally. It's me just saying I've probably got a rebuttal for everything. So anything you throw at me pro FSG right now, I'm probably just gonna eat and gobble it up. I'm gonna be honest with you because they have no excuses as things.
Training ground, I think, cost 50 mil. You're telling me what FSG didn't make back that 50 mil?
Leicester City just sorted out their training ground as well. Didn't they sign for Farner for 30 mil in the summer?
Did they buy James Justin?
Bad boy.
Yeah, they buy James.
See for Farner, yeah. Said it from start of season. Bad boy. Trust me.
Can I just say something as well, guys? Remember when I said I'm worried about the new training ground maybe disrupting us? What's our results been like since we moved to that new training ground?
What you think, man, ain't comfortable in their new surroundings?
No, I just hate that the way my brain works always seems to be the way the world goes. I don't know. It bothers me a lot. But anyway, let's move.
Training ground, you know.
All right. Robbo.
4.
Yeah, 6.
5.
Wow,
I give him a 5. I think a 5. Robbo's a 5.
I'm going with a 6. But that's probably the lowest rating I've given Robbo all season.
I genuinely, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think our fullbacks did anything today. Like
they
honestly.
didn't, but they tried. But trying and not succeeding is 2 different things, don't it? So the output was poor in the end.
SG Minamino is probably calling the Japanese embassy to help him escape Jurgen's basement. What are we giving for Fabinho, guys?
Spun for the goal.
Thought he never made no mistakes.
Well, he kind of got spun for the goal, though, isn't it?
He could have taken down Barnes before Barnes got into the box, but then
but he would have got sent off if he got sent off.
Yeah, so he kind of. I think Fabinho was kind of solid, you know.
He had a good game until the moment he got spun by my man, isn't it? I'm gonna give him a 7 as well, like Ali, because he made a detrimental mistake.
Yeah,
but he was good for the rest of the game.
We got to keep that same energy. Yeah, I agree. I think we'll give him a 7. I really liked what he did today, other than, as you said, when he...
I don't think anyone in the team that loses at home to Burnley should get more than a 2, by the way, but I'm trying to be normal.
Yeah.
You got Stro, James. Sorry, Hammers, you in agreement with 7?
Yeah, man. Yeah, 7.
Stro, you don't seem convinced.
It's the way he got spun. It just bothers me.
The man said the way he got spun, you know.
6. It has to, like, I love Fabinho. It's just 6.
Matip.
I'll give him a 5.
No. We're gonna give him more than that. We know he's always injured. First game back, did he really put a foot wrong other than right at the end when he got turned and gave away? And I think he got a yellow card. And also,
no, he got a yellow card for that. He got a yellow card for a better save than Adrian, bro.
Matip deserves a 10 just for bowing at Barnes when Fabinho kicked him.
I was gonna say he's acting in it when Matip done this.
Yeah, like he deserves a 10 just for that.
Matip, you know.
I don't want to give no one good scores, man. No, man, we lost at home.
I know we did. That's why it's hard. But you have to look at it like Matip didn't get spun at all.
You not keep on pulling on my heartstrings, man. It's annoying.
Matip didn't get spun. I'm giving Matip a 7. Matip didn't get spun at all. Solid. Matip was solid.
I'll give Matip a 7 as well.
It weren't like overall a bad.
I'll give him a 7 as well. He wasn't any worse than
Matip 7
for real. I'll give him a 7.
Remy, so Callum, what rebuttal do you have for the lack of finance that FSG has? They don't take a profit and they give Liverpool personal loans. You should look at the club's accounts for better information. Okay, they're not lacking for finance. They're worth billions. And secondly, you say they don't take a profit from the club. They shouldn't be taking a profit from the club because they don't put their own money in. And when they do, as you mentioned with loans, they get the loan back with interest. It's a loan. And even if they don't get it back with interest, it's lending someone money and then getting the money back. So in the same way, Remy, if I was to lend you £50 tomorrow to bail you out of trouble and you give me that £50 back when you get paid, yes, I've given you the money, but I've also taken it back. So once again, I've not put my hand in my pocket. So again, they're doing...
Cal, let's really deep this. Let's really deep this for the people who want to back FSG in that respect. If you told me that we should be respectful of a club who loan themselves money, that's like me asking my son to pay me back for his Christmas present. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
I'll be honest. If Stevie keeps on trying to steal my apple juice, I'm going to do that to him when he gets.
Yeah, well, I'll be there. I'll be there to back him up in the fight against you, bro. Trust me.
Wax Hound missed my super chat. Cal, big up Kopish. Apologies. As I said, sometimes the super chats aren't coming through. They are blocked by YouTube sometimes, or they don't come through to the system we're using. So it's not done on purpose. Apologies, guys. Trent, what are we giving Trent, guys?
Let me rip off the band-aid first. Let me rip off the band-aid first. I'm giving him I'm giving him a 5.
Go on, guys. What are we giving Trent?
Matt's giving him a 5. Matt's giving him a 5 because he was trying.
He was. He was. No, he was. He was, bro. He was. He was trying to the end. It's just like the end product weren't there, and the players weren't in the box.
I'm not gonna pile on Trent. I'm gonna give Trent a 4.
Trent gets a 5, man. To give him lower than that, then
shout out to Monster in the chats as well. Monster from
any Chelsea fan jumping in there for banter is like a homeless man asking man if his house is cold. Come on.
And more to the point, Monster, like you're only jumping in here because I jumped on yours and you absolutely wet yourself and started stuttering like, oh, Stro's in the chat.
Remember the Dudley boys when they first came to WWE and Bubba had the stutter?
Yeah. One of them ones.
We are the Dudley boys.
No, literally, it was Stro's in the chat, and they're only here whenever we. I was like, what?
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, look, big up Monster anyway. But when he said that Thiago Silva thing, bro, I can never forgive you for that. When you said Thiago Silva is the same as Virgil van Dijk, that's when I just thought, nah, bro, come on, man, you gotta come better than that. But nah, big up himself anyway.
I give Trent a 4 for today.
4.
No one gonna back me. Say 5.
Saying a 3.
No one's gonna back me. Are we actually in? Are you not saying just so I can see where your lost energy is coming from? Are you not all saying Trent was the worst player today?
You ain't heard the rest of my.
No, not you, Jeff, because you haven't said yours yet. So I'm not even because you haven't said.
No, I said I'm gonna give him a 4, bro. I'm gonna give him a 4.
I'll wait till
you know what, boys? He was up there with the worst. If he went, obviously it takes a team to be that bad, but mate, it didn't help. It didn't help the way it looked his performance as well. I'd say.
Yeah.
Genie Wijnaldum.
See,
I'm gonna give Genie a 6.75. I actually think he was one of our better performers if there could have been one today.
Where did these numbers come from, bro?
Man said 6.75.
I make up the rules as I go along, bro.
My man just didn't want to say 8.
I give Genie a 6 today. I think
he's a 6.
Was really good, but apart from that, I don't think he did much else.
Yeah, that's why I give him a 6 as well.
But he kept it neat and tidy like his job is. So
yeah,
I know, but the reason why I said, well, hey, we'll talk about the rest anyway, because I feel like when you know you need to win a game, remember when I was talking about the whole, like, maybe be a bit more expansive, maybe try that bit harder. I felt like even though Genie done that one run, he could have been a bit more like take a shot, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you do it for Holland all the time. I don't get it.
My frustration.
No one shoots in our team, though.
I know, but sometimes you got to try, bro. You got to try sometimes, innit? I don't know.
But he does it for Holland, no, he does it for the Netherlands. Why can't he do it for us?
This is what I'm saying. Hammer.
Instructions, bro.
No, but Drift. There's instructions being told to keep it safe, that's like the cornerstone of your game. But then you can understand, surely, we need a goal here. So even though I'm the guy that plays it safe, I know I can bang these because I've got priors at flipping Holland. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know you're gonna get shouted for that. You're gonna get shouted at for not crossing, inshallah. So it is what it is. Bro.
No.
Stro, what are you gonna say, bro?
My frustration with Genie is, so I made the point when I first initially came on. I lost count how many times Robertson was on the overlap, acres of space, and if the ball's fizzed into him, he can quickly get it out of his feet and catch the defenders off and just whip it in, and the ball's slow. And Robertson's got to come and meet, or the ball's behind him. It's a simple 5-yard pass. Why is it so slow? Like 4 or 5 times, I could rewind it and show it you. It was awful. And I love Gini Wijnaldum, but that was so frustrating to watch because it's just like, just get the ball out to him. And then you don't know what could happen. The fact that Robertson's then having to come 5 yards back to meet the ball, then try and take the touch out of his feet. You're just letting the defenders set then. And then we're in Burnley's game. And it was so frustrating to watch. And that was my biggest criticism of Wijnaldum today.
Agree. Thiago, what are we giving Thiago, guys?
6.5, 6.75. I think you're like the same as Genie. I know he did a few better passes than Genie, but
way better than Genie today.
I think it's a lot better than Genie. I'm actually going to give him...
But you know what? To be fair, Thiago actually gave the ball away quite a bit as well. I know he was attempting difficult passes, but he was frustrating me with some of his long-range passing today, you know?
I thought his passing was good, but there were a couple of times though where he did misplace a few. I'm still going to give him a 7 because I still think he was our class operator in midfield. One thing I just want to stress as well, I don't know whether you lot agree with me. You see that challenge by Ashley Barnes? For me, thought that could have been a red card. It could have been a red card. If you go back and watch it again, Thiago played that pass. It was so bashed onto the ankle. Do you know I thought Thiago was done? I thought, oh my days, he's done.
We actually need to get protection for him, you know, because all the teams are going to keep doing this.
I thought he was done, fam. I thought he was done. That challenge by Barnes could have been a red card. Actually, could have been a red card. That's why I'm quite shocked at they didn't make more of an issue of it or even talk about it. It was so bad. Go look back. Go look back at that challenge.
Yeah,
So late.
it's what they do, and they get away with it. Who moving? Shaqiri. No, sorry, Ox. We'll go Ox first.
Oh, see, for me, stunk out the gym. I'm giving Ox a 3.
I'm going to give him the same as Trent. 3.
I'll give him the same as Trent, 4.
I thought it was worse than Trent. I thought he was literally like invisible.
Man said he stunk out the gym, you know. Man said 3 days no bath, then came to play basketball in his bed top. Bro.
No, not even that, Jeff. Man was wearing the pixels that got drenched in the rain and then came back and then went play football and then came back again, went home, went shop, and then come back to school. With the same plimsolls on, bro.
Yeah,
but we all know you've got a slight Ox bias, but cool anyway.
Nah, bro, it's not even that. Ox was invisible, fam.
I think Ox was the worst player today.
Holla, man, yeah.
What are we giving Shaqiri?
I give him a 6. I think he did keep trying. Some of his crossing was poor, but he did have a couple of good. You know what? Even if they didn't reach the target, I appreciate the effort of some of his through balls. He's trying. He's trying to be different. He's trying to invent a little bit of confusion in the defense by not being predictable. And even though some of his passes didn't get to their target, I appreciate that. So I'm actually going to give him a 6.5, actually. I'm going to be a little generous to Shaq because he's trying something different. He's not just sitting there and getting, even though he did this in
echo exactly what Drifter's just said. Therefore, 100% facts.
Yeah,
facts.
He's not getting caught up in just following everybody else's trend. He tries to do something different, and he had a good shot in the first half.
The team, yeah.
I'm giving him a what did I give Thingy? He either gets a 6 or 6.5 for me. I liked what he did, to be fair. I like the way how he was finding pockets of space, whether he was going in the centre or going in the inside right channel. And just right, some of the passes that he tried to make, some of those through balls, they didn't come off, but he was trying to be inventive. He's trying something different. And I've always said it. I think when it's all said and done, not said and done, but I just feel like in our squad, shall I say, I think he's our best number 10. I've been saying it for a while. I think he just needs to run the games, though. And I think he just needs to understand some of our patterns of play with certain players that he doesn't play with all the time. So I would give him a 6.5.
I'm going to retract my Genie back to a 6.5 because when I think about it, Genie wasn't better than Shaq today. So I'm going to pull Genie back to a 6.5 as well.
Mane.
I'll give Mane a 6. I'll give him a 6. I think he did his usual. He did his usual effort and whatnot, but he didn't take on his players anywhere near as much as he should have. And I don't even think he had in the first half, he played quite well. Second half, he just faded away.
Bro,
it was a 5.
Boys. Like, listen, you know that Mane is my guy. Oh, lad, like, what he's done for me, lad, is sensational. Do you know what I mean? He gave me a career in a sense, and it's like I appreciate him for everything he's done. I appreciate everything he's going to do in the future. I really do feel like he's still going to come back stronger. Still feel like he's got that fire in him. But right now, he's just a shadow of himself, mate. Like, he just doesn't look. He He looks aggressive. He looks angry more than hungry. Is what Mane looks right now. Because usually when he plays with that hunger of he just wants to be better than you. Right now, he seems just a bit frustrated that it's not quite paying off. Do you know the kid in the park who's usually better than everyone else, but they're having a few off days? It's kind of like that with Sadio Mane right now, where he just can't quite just get that extra edge to really be the difference maker.
I hear that.
True.
I think I'll give Sadio a 5.
Same.
I love Sadio, and I think, as always, in recent games, out of the normal front three, he's normally been the best performer. But again, today he was really below par, man. Like, he was unfortunate in some instances. He had a couple of shots that were blocked as well, and you kind of feel like, right, if that was a block, could it have gone in? But yeah, Sadio, he's just not at it, man. I don't know if he's just out of, he's out of form. Whether is there something more to it? It's the same thing as Salah as well. Like, the drop off from both of them is so, like,
it's
drastic.
Crazy.
I just don't understand, like, what's happened to them. Like, I still don't think there's a perfect explanation someone could give to me as to why they are this poor. because there's a drop off and then there's a serious drop off. I think he's only got like 5 goals.
Yeah.
That's not Sadio. So I don't know.
To hear what's wrong with this medical team, they don't know when these players will be back. Klopp doesn't know either. Why are all these players so injury prone? No idea. Shout out to Rams. Poor game, lethargic, pathetic, and disgraceful. We need to switch formation and play JT's new song and make me feel better. After that, I recommend Origi. What are we giving Origi, guys?
7.
Be my guest, boys.
I'm actually going to give Origi a 6.5. Give him a 6.5. Because if he this is the thin line. If he scores that goal, and maybe we win the game, or even if we lose the game, but he still scores that goal, that bumps him up, in my opinion, to like a 7.5. Because he also had 2 shots on target. That okay, they weren't going in the corner, but he stung the goalkeeper's hands more than what the other guys were doing. So it's a thin line with Origi, but he showed promise, man. I can't lie. He showed promise. I'll give him a 6.5 though. I'll give him a 6.5.
I'm good with a 6.5.
I know he should have buried it. People keep saying that. We understand he should have scored, but then put it like this. Was Origi dangerous today? Yes. And we've been saying for so many games, like the last 3-4 games, we looked toothless. Origi didn't look toothless to me. He just missed he should have scored. It was a bad miss.
Yeah. Waxhound, Mane's strength used to be being unpredictable, looks stale too. Maybe play him right to refresh. Div up top, needs a run. Minamino or Shaq on the left. Bobby in the 10. Thoughts?
I don't want Bobby on the pitch.
Yeah, I'm just about to say that. Bobby doesn't warrant being on the pitch at the moment. Speaking of Bobby, what we're giving Bobby as a rating?
What we giving Bobby as a rating?
Robert, you know. Man, I don't even want to rate. I don't even.
Yeah, man.
I give him.
By the way, I deliberately swerved the Origi grade because I can't be asked with all the comments about it.
Well, people being harsh with Origi. People saying, is that what they're saying?
This is Bobby.
Can I be completely honest with you without people thinking?
For me, it's a 4.
I don't want to pile on to Robert too much because I don't like players getting like kind of bullied in that respect. But
you're calling him the wrong name for a start, Drew.
Yeah, but he hasn't earned his name yet. He hasn't.
What, his real name?
Earned his name.
You can't even call him Roberto.
He hasn't earned his name.
Bro,
and every now and again, I slip up and I want to slap myself for forgetting. All right. You see, for me, yeah. How would you lot feel if your son kept on getting an F in maths?
Well, I mean, I finished high school with an F in maths. We were talking about this in my study before.
Yeah.
He's getting Fs, yeah? So you think, all right, maybe he's not the brightest spark. It's not his fault. But you get him a tutor. And you paid a bag of money for a Saturday tutor that comes around for 2 hours every Saturday, you know? And he's still getting Fs. Still getting Fs. I mean, at what point do you get angry about it? You know what I mean? Like, how long can you keep making excuses for man? Like,
he's been poor for time.
He's been poor.
It's a 4 for me.
Nah, I'll be real. I gave Ox a 3. He gets a 3 level with Ox.
Yeah,
that's his leader.
I think he was the worst player on the pitch, even though he was only on the pitch for half an hour or 35 minutes.
He did nothing when he came on. Let's stop beating over the bush. It's a 1. He never done nothing. What did he do? He remind me of something that he done.
He done nothing.
He put the ball out for a throw-in from a shot at the.
To just come out, boys. Let's be real.
Yeah, he was shocking.
I've got to give Robert a 2.5.
A 2.5.
Ran Rodriguez, I feel the jinx started with that Salah interview. Nothing good since.
Don't talk to me about Salah's interview.
William, Jota is our answer. All right, so who else came on Salah? What's Salah's rating, guys?
I give him a 5.
Boys. Sorry, before we go into this rating, have we just lost to Burnley 1-0?
They took the record, fam, that we had for 3 years. Man, like
you know,
Ashley
they've taken
Barnes.
2 records off us now.
Yeah, 2.
Do you know what kills it? Ashley Barnes should have got a red card. He also won the penalty and he scored a goal. And apparently that was his 100th career goal. I'm going to bed. I'm actually going to bed. Ashley Barnes.
I'm on my bed, mate. I'm going to bed.
Ashley Barnes came and actually doppied the thing, like on his once. Oh, it's actually mad. Ashley Barnes came in with a shotgun and just started spraying up man on Call of Duty, bro.
Hey, what we're betting that he ends up signing for Everton at some point in the next 2 years?
Say that again, bro.
I said, what we're betting that Ashley Barnes ends up signing for Everton in the next 2 years?
Oh,
yeah, it'll be their new Duncan Ferguson.
Yeah, yeah. All these ratings are way too generous. That's from Joe K. And finally, Minamino. What are we giving for Minamino?
Minamino. Let's go. We are now talking about Minamino. Bosh. Marvelous, isn't it? Absolutely love it. Minamino. Where do we start? Oh, we are. So what did he do when he came on the pitch? Let's break it down. Of all the individual moments Minamino brought when he came onto this football pitch today, yeah, it's Burnley Football Club, may I repeat. What's he done?
Do you know what he did today? His best thing he done. He got in the way of Salah. He got in the way of Salah. Remember Salah tried to score?
Hold on. I don't want to pile on Minamino because he wasn't on the pitch for that long, but did he touch the ball?
Yeah, he did. He got in the way of the ball, remember, when Salah tried to he missed the ball. He made Salah miss the ball, basically. Remember when the ball got played and Salah was running onto it and Minamino got in his way and Salah threw his arms like that? What are you doing?
To be honest, I think he was. I'm gonna give him an NA. To be honest,
just not applicable. It's not available.
Yeah.
Like the PS5, you can't get it. It's just not there.
I don't really see how I can give a rating. I'm gonna give him an NA.
Yeah, he gets an NA for me as well. It's kind of pointless. You actually did. He didn't do anything, honestly. And let's not disrespect him.
He wasn't given any time though, bro. Let's keep it $150, bro.
Oh, boys, let's stop fucking chatting shit. Come on, he's got body like 18-year-olds. Let's just stop it. Come on, he's not good enough now. He's not good enough now. He's not. Let's just start being real. I don't want to get against Minamino because a lot of people think I do. What's he shown?
Minamino's getting bodied by school prefects and that, you know. No, it's mad. It's actually mad. The Aston Villa youth, man, were barging man around. Like, imagine being Minamino's the tell a lie. Minamino's the sixth former, and then them school kids are like year 7, and they're telling Minamino, "Oi, what you got for lunch today?" Minamino's like, and you know what happens next? It's peak, bro.
Oh man.
I don't know. Klopp's rating, guys.
0.
Yeah, 3. I like the line before the game. I like the fact he had the change, but
same.
You know, I just didn't think it was crazy.
I think he went bold, like how you said, James, because I like the lineup as well. But I think he was too quick to make those changes, like taking off Divock Origi too soon.
That's it.
And
that's it, man.
Even bringing on Salah as well. Even though Ox was stinking out the joint, could he have kind of swapped things around and put Ox more in the middle and then Shaq maybe more on the wing? I don't know. I just think I know we were looking for a goal, and you do look to your leading goal scorer, but they're so out of form. And even bringing on Firmino as well. But I suppose that's all he had, so I give him a 3. Give him a 3. Tried. 3.
Yeah, agree. Basti, thanks. Thank you, lads. This is therapy. Been going cold turkey since the beginning of the year, but it's calm. I've sweated everything out of my system in the last 5 games. Bloody hell. When you say going cold turkey, what are you referring to?
He just ain't watching. He just ain't
I
watching.
think he's talking about the game. I don't think he's talking about.
I was gonna say it's not November, bro.
I thought I was the only one who was thinking that, you know.
I was thinking,
No, it can't be.
No. He's just talking about not watching games, man.
He's talking about the games. The games.
I thought it was either that or not eating, and I was thinking if it's eating as well, you gotta eat as well, bro. Like,
oh, boys, get on this. So I've left Sky Sports on from the game. Yeah, bang. The game just came on to be replayed. Bang, bang, off. Turn console off. Did you know? I'm never watching that game of football again.
Yeah, me neither.
That game was horrible. Man said Ashley Barnes came and actually just destroyed everyone in the gym.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Guys, we're gonna wrap up there. Stro, let the people know where they can find you, bro.
Nowhere. I don't want to be found for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Man said error 404, you know.
Oh man.
Boy. James, where can they find
you, bro?
Crazy.
James, you know it's bad for us. Expressions has started putting stuff out on social now, so you know it's starting to get rough, innit?
Oh,
listen, lads, like, do you know when I started like doing collaborations, I was good, man. We were so good at football. We were top of the league. We even beat Spurs. Oh, mate, how times have changed.
Pee on me.
Yeah.
Guys,
man.
Massive thanks for jumping in the stream to both of you. Much appreciated. James, thanks for having me on the channel.
Big up you, man. It helped to make this feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
that's what I was
man.
going to say. It's made me feel better, boys. At least I'm not talking to expressions and that. For fuck's sake. Oh, boys.
Bro, it's peak. So peak.
Shout out to everyone who tuned in as well, man.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Yeah, no, do you know what? Even though I know there was a bag of haters in there, big up everyone. We hit our biggest ever number for live views at once today. We hit more than 2.5k at once. So big up. Even all you haters, man. Big up.
That's it. Same on my channel, to be fair. And Callum was there. So shout out to Callum for coming on, man.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite, man. Much appreciated. When are we back? We're back tomorrow with the Man United preview. That
do we have to? I don't know if I'm there.
Why do we have to be YouTubers? Why do we have to do this YouTube thing? It's great when you're winning, but we haven't been doing that for a long time. So now we've got to talk about Man United. But
and then we've got
I'm out, guys. I'm out. Someone said it was 2.7 at one point. So big up, man.
Listen, Rival Watch, I won't be there. I'm sending you man know in advance.
Rival Watch in the evening. Oh boy, I'll be honest.
We can't even be watching Rivals right now. We have to watch our own back.
So I'll be honest. Since we started Kopish, like things have been actually really good. This is the first time I'm actually dreading doing shows. You know.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
I'm dreading
to be positive because there's nothing to be positive about. Yeah. Nothing. Nothing, bro.
I am known, like my clip that went viral of me. That I am known for like chatting happiness and shit because I'm happy. Do you get what I mean? Like that's what I'm known for. I can't do that now. Who am I saying he's the best player in the world right now in that team in this form? No one. And it's depression. I'm supposed to be a happy person, not this.
It's depression. Bro, it's peak.
You know what? I'm going to be real as well. If I don't get at least 15 viewer reviews tonight after how everyone should be feeling, I'm gonna shut down that series. I'm shutting it down.
Done at it, bruv. Done at it, bruv.
I'm shutting it down.
For real. Man, just veto the whole thing, fam. They would just lock off the whole thing.
Yeah.
Send in your
to be
videos.
honest with you, I
You
can
must
still
have
do a
something.
2-hour rant on my own, bro.
So
You must
can
have
I.
something.
But yes,
Burnley.
people do. Yeah,
worst
people
thing
do.
is-
No, that Ashley Barnes, bro. Do you not understand what this man stands for? Oh my gosh, bro.
The
Flipping hell,
worst
man.
thing is, we've now got Manchester United fans that think they can actually come and chat to us.
I know, because they're having a good season.
Like,
The thing is, what?
Hammers, have you seen what Aaron's done?
No, what did he do?
He's done a specific video clip which has gone viral, and it's basically he's tagged me and Hammers in it, and he's talking Scouse, talking about how we're above him and how we need to start turning up.
Oh, this dickhead. Oh, does he think he is, lads? Why is he bringing my name into all of this business? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is he chatting Scouse? It's a shit accent as well. They're prick. This is what Liverpool are doing to us. They're making us getting laughed at by absolute wet wipes.
I'm done, lads. I'm done. I'm actually done.
Hip in distress.
Lloyd McCallum, respect Kopish, Hammers, and Stro pimps in distress indeed.
Hip in distress.
Get your review videos into us.
Wastemen is what they are. They are absolute wastemen. I don't give two shiny shites. They on top of the league for 5 seconds. Listen, Man United fans, you're 5 seconds. Listen, you've got 5 seconds at the top and you're 3 seconds. Not taking the pitch. Try and do it for a season. Sorry, people. Oh, mate.
Our email address is teamkopish@gmail.com. That is teamkopish@gmail.com. And then you can also send them to us on Facebook or Instagram. Send in your viewers' review and we'll get those uploaded tomorrow. Guys, I wish I could say on better terms, it's been a pleasure, it's been a pleasure with you guys, but watching that game and speaking about it hasn't. Thanks for everyone who's been in the chat. Thanks for everyone who watched. Please smash the like button. Lloyd McCallum, man said wet wipes, you know. Until Stro, Hammers, Man Like Matt, Callum Drifty, we are Kop-Ish. Go and subscribe to James Redmond TV. Go and follow Stroven. So he said he didn't want you to. Guys, support these guys. These are our brothers. And we all need support right now. We all need a hug. So thank you guys for joining us. Until next time.
Oh, no one touching me, bro.
I've got to go work tomorrow and get bantered at work, you know. Man's got to go work, fam.
To be honest with you, the way I'm gonna be walking back into the bedroom with a face like a wet slap fish, I feel bad for the missus because I don't even know how to explain to her why I'm angry, because I'm not angry at her, I'm just angry, bro.
Man, you know what? Bro. When Liverpool lose, it's like you're angry at the world, fam.
Yeah,
like, don't talk to me, innit? It's one of those ones.
Of course.
I've got to go work.
Of course.
And my boss is going to be like, oh, did you get
I'm too grown now to not know how stupid it is.
My boss is going to be like, oh, did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Guys, stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish throughout, people. Take care.